Appreciate it. Appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for all he's done, this opportunity to be back one more again. Ain't that right? Look, more and more senior you come out. Johnny, you come on this side you want to, you're going further to the back, ain't it? You don't want to sit on this side over here? That's your side there. They don't push you back. The sick folks come back, they'll push you back and back. It's a bunch of them, though. That whole row was missing over there. We were going to sell that row. I had it on eBay. Somebody was just bidding on them rows right there. They came on back. Good to see everybody coming back a little. This side right here is still sick and shut inside, I guess, huh? It's the down and outside. Goodness, it was a lot of fun. Ain't that right? Chanel, she done caused all that mess with the birthday. Tabitha, we apologize, Tabitha. Happy birthday. It tried to hurt me today to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I had all my feelings in it yesterday. How many of y'all feeling were really in it yesterday like that? And then, then it came that news that it was wrong. I was talking out through my, I'm like, how did she get it wrong? You know what I'm saying? It was just wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she did it, but it was wrong. But, you know, that's how we building, we trying to work, we try to get back, we're looking to be stronger. Next year we're going to be better. For next time for you to birthday again, have the people birth certificate. Then we can make sure that the right day, that just be easier. Have their mom and them take a picture with their mama beside it, smiling, pointing at the date, circling, say that's when my baby was born. That way to confuse, don't y'all, if the confusion be down that way like that, we do that. So we try that way. If mama ain't, use your grandmama. They find somebody with your birth certificate that can point at the date, circle it, saying this is the date. That way we know off the rip what's right, what's wrong, we good. Everybody all right? Well, too, to be alive. Get ready to try to look at what does say Mr. Yahuwah. I tell you what, one thing, anybody look common sense, it ain't getting no better. I was looking at anybody seen the weather lately? What they saying about the weather? Man, you got what, snow coming from California all the way down to Chicago. Then it flooding from Chicago, from Texas to Illinois it's flooding, heavy rain, thunderstorm. Then something else is going back. I mean, man, Illinois finna be in the middle of a mess. They got snow coming down from California. Then they got storms coming up from Texas. Then, oh, it's bad. It's a lot going on. I think they ain't even talking about Brazil flooding. I mean, they worried about Turkey, what's going on in Turkey. I mean, be honest with you. I mean, and it's a tragedy with people. Don't make no mistake. It's a tragedy. And I tell you what you ought to be considered more than anything. Ain't nothing going on with nobody else ain't coming your way. Listen, it's just a matter of time. It's going to be him. It's got to hit. It's got to hit. He's shaking the walls and foundation of everybody. I mean, people hope and trust been in their things. Now, you got people, think about it, you can't even go inside your house. Most people, do y'all know these people done had about, what they say, about 1,700 tremors? That's besides the earthquake. They had 1,700. Well, it just shake and just stop. You can't lay in no building when that happens. You can't lay in. Then you outside on a tent. They ran out of tents. They don't have enough tents. So you just got people on the street. They showed one gentleman, his brother, he said, everything we have in there, we can't even go in and get it. Because they're taking a chance at walking in and the whole building can collapse. Mr. Yahuwah is the only one can make you sit on the outside and look at everything you own and you can't even touch it. He don't think about that. Everything I own is, I could walk in there and you could, and that whole building can fall on you. So he set a trap and a snare for all of us. I mean, it's got to come to America. America ain't exempt. It's time. They need one. It's just be honest. They need one. Those people got 118,000 buildings that are damaged. 118,000 buildings. Now, how long did it take to put them back? All of us will be dead. Maybe these small kids will be living if the world can go that long. There's no way to put it. Do y'all understand 118,000 buildings? Man, how many of y'all hadn't seen what the town looked like? It's like a movie. It's like, listen, you couldn't even imagine people ever that. Listen, you ain't never seen that. Like, I'm talking about devastating the way they play. Listen, it's like a movie. It's like, that can't even be real. That's impossible. I'm talking about buildings leaning over. I'm talking about dilapidated, no people. Where you think them people going? They overloaded, hospitals overloaded. They had to ship people to other places. Mr. Yahuwah unstabilizing everything. It's time to destabilize. That's what they're going to take to get people to turn. In all honesty, let's just be honest. Corona didn't make them do no better. This won't turn them. They ain't got no better brain than here. At some point, whatever religion you in, somebody need to be asking questions. I'll be asking questions. All the time I done put in with Allah in their building, fella, their whole plate is mounted like that. I need to start asking questions. Am I doing right? Is the religion right? So I mean, if it happened here, you got to start questioning. Is the religion right or you been doing right? You know what people say? Keep maintaining. No, it's time for you to consider. He do something like that, he wants you to consider. Every one of them places, he done demolished these places. Syria, a lot of that been destroyed. Well, I think they got some hundreds of buildings that's destroyed. People, even with 100, we do that. Y'all how long it take to put back a building? These people have no idea. They have no idea how long it take to do this stuff. But Mr. Hood done told these people, he unraveling that place. He destabilized. That's for every one of us too. Consider. Listen, he might have did it in Turkey. It's for us to consider. That's all it is. You better consider. Be stupid and think, well, it ain't me. You're a retard. You next. You on deck. Whatever you see striking and hitting, you on deck. Everybody prepare your law. Just like California, he burn every year up there. It's just time to consider. It got to touch everybody. Listen, ain't nothing they going to do can fix it. Because man ain't going to do what it take to fix it. Turn his law up to Elohim. He won't do it. He'll keep serving himself. He'll keep lying to himself. He'll keep hoping in something that'll be set up or some fund or something. How money going to fix that? I don't care how much money you put there. You think because you dump $15 trillion on the ground, those buildings still dilapidated. You got to get people to do that work. And the people that's sitting there are on the ground and the ground trembling. How much can you do when the ground trembling? What building can you fix and they still shaking? Only Mr. Yahuwah could put this in your face and let you see him like, you're like a retard. What can you fix? I'm still shaking the earth. It's not stable, but they'll still keep dropping people in, making a fool like they such that, telling the people the truth. It's time for everybody to repent. It's time for everybody to repent. Let's just be honest. Everybody need to repent. It starts with his people first, though. And I used to put it on their rights, put it on us, his people out of pocket. Y'all got it? We out of pocket. We done hypocrited long enough for pretending. You stole, you lied, and you done everything you ain't got no business doing. It's time for us to get right. We need to make amends. Right. And I used to look at these homosexuals. These homosexuals ain't no worse than us. Yep. When the people all he ain't got out of pocket, everybody else is trivial. He looking at his people. It's only one people he gave Torah to. Yes, sir. It's only one people he said I came to. He said I never sought another arm. So the only way he could be up to say it and he could be destabilizing their right, it's got to be because of us. Y'all hear me? He said his Shem will blaspheme among the Goyim. He said because of you. Ain't nobody blaspheming Elohim name because of what America doing. Nobody. Nobody is calling on Yahuwah and saying Yahuwah is riding in wrong because of what's going on in America. They're looking at his people. He said my people the problem. My people, y'all young people, y'all got an opportunity to do something better than us. Don't be stupid like us. A lot of these folks here, they like to mess around. Mr. Yahuwah is going to do something for these people. He going to turn and he going to put his vengeance on these people. Y'all young people got opportunity. Don't you be us now. A lot of hard-hearted, we sneaking. We undercover with it. And we'll keep trying to see how we can beat the system. You can't beat Yahuwah. Right. Make no mistake. You can lie. You can live a lie you want to. You ain't live no lie he ain't already seen through. Right. Oh, he got to. It's got to be that way. Like we read, judgment got to start with us. Right. When Mr. Yahuwah get through working, look at him. I got to get that to him. You'll be so kind, you'll put your name on the board, sir. We start service at 6:30. What time service start? Anybody know what time service start? 6:30. If it was at 7 o'clock, what it'll be? Chris, I'm gonna need you to put that check up there to the car. Put a check up there. Don't be arguing with these members. That member, don't you pay your tithes and offering? Yes, sir. Put that check up here. And don't you be arguing with him. That's right. Put a note up there. Hold on for that. That's like my son name you putting that check by. Oh, no, that's you, Chip. All right, go ahead, Chip. That makes sense. Ah! I had to use my powers to make me weak sometimes. Y'all forget. I don't like using my powers like that. But sometimes it's like you can't get across. You have to go in there and use your powers like that and use that telepathy to get in there and let them realize that. Put a check up. The way you put that pen out. Wasn't that kind of great? Did y'all hear that noise rattle? I seen Mama grab that. I thought somebody broke it. Then y'all, wasn't it loud? How many of y'all ears kind of hurt from that? Look at these Mama, Chris. How many? Look at these Mama. Ah! I ain't know. I was just trying to be red. I know. They found another version for us to put up there. I told them the other one they had like Okay. We were looking for a different version that don't have, so it had the old broken English, but it kind of slow us up a little bit. But again, we kind of in and out. It ain't us not being stable, it's us just trying to get down to the simplistic point and making sure we don't miss meaning. Sometimes it can be so plain, you can miss the very obvious. Like, you know, when we read the Jewish version, they tell you about Kodash, separating, which makes sense. You know, I can justify Kodash separating. And I think when you understand things at that magnitude or at that level, you start to understand the disciplines and why he have us to do certain things, because there are things that are supposed to separate us by our diet, by our dress, by our behavior, by our conversation. You know, it's just things he gave us that would separate us from other people and people that have a service to a different Elohim. Unfortunately today, if you be honest, we'll mix in with a lot of other people. You really can. We'll mix in. People really wouldn't know. Because, you know, a lot of women now, they cover their hair. They write it because of cancer, or because of style, or because of, I really ain't have time to do my hair, which is not the reason y'all ought to do it. I'm sure some of y'all do it because it's just the slickest way to get by. I got to cover it up anyway, it don't matter. But he says, give it to you for your glory. So it would be a definitely insult for you not to keep your hair up, because it's given to you for a covering. It's not the covering. There's a covering he told you to put on your head. He says a symbol of authority, because he got a pecking order. He told you I would have you know that the head of man is the Mashiach, and the head of him is Elohim, and the head of the woman is the man. So he told us our order, every man that prolonged, or if he Nabuah prophesied and his head covered, he have a hat on his head, then he say dishonor his head, not the head on his body, but who's over him. So when a woman allows her head is not covered, you dishonor us. I know you say, I don't give a blank about it, man. You ain't gonna believe it. Tell you like my Uncle William told me, you ain't gonna believe it, and we won't give a blank about you either. Because, you know what I'm saying, you left the pecking order. That's be honest, same thing with Yahuwah. You turn away from the order and see what the problem is. You'll think, well, I'm on it. It ain't, at least it ain't. God, like women say stupid stuff. God is my head, which is retarded because she can't find that written. He clearly told you that the head of the man is the Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. So a woman couldn't possibly have Elohim as her head. This would be a retarded state. But you know, women, they get to running. I don't need to make God in my head. Because when you're stupid and you run in your feelings, a lot of things sound intelligent when they're really just dumb. And I appreciate this way for the fact it allows us to sit down and get the simplistic parts of it so we have an understanding. And we're not just doing things like we have in time past. Time past we did as Christians. And even we learn, you'll just take for granted reading and just taking something, but really understanding, grasping these are concepts. And if you don't get them, you'll miss. Just like they got concepts, you miss them, you ain't gonna get it. You're just gonna waste time, spin your wheel. You'll be like sitting there scratching your head, and everybody moving on and going, this dumb. It ain't dumb. You don't understand the concept. And this is how they kill you in religion. You leave it to some preacher to stand up and tell you something, and you can't possibly know it because it's just him and God talking. But anything that Elohim could be telling him should measure up to the same book you're reading. So even if he explains it to you, you should be able to see it inside the writing. Well, it ain't in there, but I trust my preacher. I don't trust anybody above what's written. That's right. Shaul declared that you should learn in others not to think of any man above that. Yes, sir. That's what he said, above what's written. I would never, you think of me, you would actually be committing Qatar. You can't, we go over this, unlike we go over it, we'll read it, we'll look up a word. We say, well, let's look up this word and see what it means. So nobody can beat you. Then you can master what it is you're doing. You got understanding. You got what I'm saying? It's easier to perform the duty. You can't perform something you don't know and you don't understand. You got it? And it's a dangerous situation. So the goal is to make sure we really understand what it is we're doing. I know some, wait, move for him. He go over here, he go there. Well, what about your mama? She been with that man, this man, then she with that man. But she's still your mama. Why I can't be the preacher? I only read no mama, just trying to make sure we get him. I ain't trying to move to get no hoe. What am I moving to say? I need to move because I need to find out, can I get another wife? It's a burden out here. I need to find out if I can hold my, if I can sleep with kids. See, the reason they move ain't for the right reason. All we trying to look at, we've proven that King James Version is error. Okay? Now, we'll just look at something. Pull me up Tinsdale, let me see there. William Tinsdale. I want you to pull up his version. I want you to pull up Matthew. How about we look at Matthew? They call it Matthew. Let's look at Matthew. Matthew, what's that? 16:18. Let's see what he says. Now, remember, that the King James Version is a translation of all these versions come out from Tinsdale. How many of y'all don't know William Tinsdale? William Tinsdale wound up being put to death for his translation, for his writing. Now, he translated before James' version, okay? So a lot of these James Version and these Catholicism, which is Christianity, these people put this man to death. So they made it illegal. They put you to death for this translation and stuff like we go reading. This stuff was illegal. Yes, sir. Y'all know that? They won't let you do that. That's right. They had the Great Bible. They had so many Bibles out here. So when these people go and holler about, oh, the King James Version, you're really retarded. Because King James was not a version that was like copied out from original writings. This is the lie we were told. It wasn't. All these Bibles were written with intent. It was about Catholicism. People were breaking off from the Catholic Church. That's why you had the Reformation. You had the Protestant movement. See, y'all need to know that these are people. All these people broke off. You see, they the same people. They still Christian. Right. How many of y'all didn't know this? How many of y'all didn't know it? You need to know that. Don't ever let nobody make a fool. These people are so stupid. They're trying to get you to believe that their Jesus came and started a Christian church, which makes absolutely no sense. It's not old enough. It never happened. Okay. This Catholicism, the Roman Catholic Church, the Rome Empire of Rome was ruling in the time when Yahushua was here, okay? When they called you a Christian, this was an insult, okay? It was an insult. Even you find the word today, a cretin. It means that someone that is obtuse, someone that is abnormal. Y'all got it? Someone that is a Christian. No one has ever looked as a Christian as an intelligent person. So when you walk around with your Christian antics, quoting your Christian God and Jesus, no one looks at you with intelligence except for other people who have the same. You know what you don't find? People with mental illness end up calling each other retarded and stupid. So they think they're smart because the people in the institution with them don't call them stupid. Because they're in the same condition. You know what you don't find people in jail doing? Nigga, old criminal. Talking about both of us in here. You felon. Nobody does this. Nobody does this. They all in jail. You see what I'm saying? So they think they're intelligent because no one insults them inside their little, you know what I'm saying, whatever little thing that they call themselves having. Now this is how, listen, this is William Tinsdale. Can they see that first? I want you to just get it because they think, you know, y'all my boys, and my boys will put anything up here on the cover for me. Y'all know how my boys is. They'll cover for me and put something up here so it'll make me look right because they don't want me to look bad. Who's very, let them see, because we want them to look. This, see, hold on, up at the top, y'all see, it says studybible.info/Tinsdale/Matthew 0%20. So you can put this in right here. I want them to look for this. So this is a study Bible version, Tinsdale, okay? Previous book, previous chapter, previous verse, Matthew 16, next verse, chapter, verse, next book, okay? See, this is Tinsdale's writing, okay? So let's see what Tinsdale said. 16:18. Listen to this. And I said, also, see, they ain't having you, they use the V. That's why, which will make sense. They'll try to the va. They'll use the va, they didn't. The V make the U sound. Which tell you, see, a lot of stuff you go back and look, these people try to make you think you're retarded. You're really not retarded. A lot of symbols you're using that they don't use. So when they'll see the HU, this is where you get them at now. Think about it, now Tinsdale is writing this out. This is in English, okay? If you look behind me, you will know that there is no U. When you look at the U, which is the peg, y'all got it? When you look at a peg, you're using a piece of wood. You'll make the peg. So the peg could be like that. It could be like that, because this end was sticking in the ground where they would have like a V. Or sometimes this, right here, the U, okay? It's smaller when I'm writing. So you looking, I knew the U would look something, look. The U. See that? The U. See, they got a hint. Y'all see how this? Because you're taking a peg. You're actually, no, the peg is what you tie a tent, you take a rope, and you take a peg and you knock it in the ground. You'll see they had a one now they hit with the hammer on the head. This is what they said the peg looked like, okay? The tent peg. So we used this, and they started to use, this was something they used in their common use when they built the tent. Y'all got it? So they looked at, you use this to do what to the tent? Secure it. And that's what we look for Yahuwah to leave us. So we look at that and we see it symbolism in writing, that means it's secure. Y'all got it? That's what so we look at Yahushua in that same aspect. Because he added, see, when it's secure, you can add something else. Okay? So they look at the tent peg. So it's argumentative to how the tent peg will look. Some look at the V. So they say they go va, va. Got it? So they'll show you the H, YH, VH, YHUH, YHWH, because how the peg look. So because it look like, it can look similar like that. This could be a W. This could be a W. They're taking to argue, they're trying to argue something. Are we looking at the symbol? God, the symbol has the meaning. They're trying to use pronunciation. And a lot of time because they step in with their discipline and try to change things that are ours, yet he's saying, I say, let me see what Tinsdale said. And I said also, Buntu. How we gonna pronounce that? Buntu? Unto. Wow, but he used this. So ain't no va. Unto this thee. So he put thee. What's white? Oh yeah, YT. That's how you spell white. YT. Remember they had down and one time Fred Seven had got hit and it was a white man hit him. He said it was a hunky. He said hunky. Here's how you spell it. He said YT. He said why? He said YT. He said say it fast. YT. 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 He said that's it. Remember he told. Here's how you spell it. He was a hunky. I think he said it was a hunky hit him, was it? He said how you spell it. YT. So thou art. So he put the E, Peter, and upon. So how they put upon? Upon this rock, because this is how they actually spelled it. They went back and they changed it. Grammatically, it's not correct. I don't know how. That's how they spelled it. This white folks again going on. How is it not right? And this is how they did. And this is how they spelled it. Because they're using phonics. White people change things, and it's not phonics. It's what they're saying. It don't make sense. You can't take my stuff and tell me how my stuff go. I can't make something up, and you gonna come tell me it's wrong, and you gonna recreate. You can't do that. It's mine. This is why they're not where they're supposed to be, and they over here and they tell lies. No one in England respects their speech. No one would call. No one's listen. England has proper English. They're England and it's English. You're American. It ain't called America. Stop. You're a liar. It's from England. These people lie so, and they people think they're smart. You're really not that smart. They show you how to spell it phonetically because phonetically it's listen. You can misspell a letter and phonetically write it and come out to the same pronunciation. Yep. That's right. So it's argumentative when you actually try to look. You miss out. Phonetically, you're still enunciating. You saw when they show you how to phonetically spell something, it does not look the way they spell it. Okay. So he said, I will build. I will, look how he put build. My. Where's church? Tinsdale never used it. He only used it one time. In the 19th chapter of Exodus Shalakim. He used it in the 19th chapter because Shaul went into a place and they went in. The people had all kind of idolatrous stuff going on. See that in the 19th chapter. I want y'all to just see. These white people will try to convince you it's okay to use this wrong. Y'all can keep the Bible. I know where your heart's at. It's hard for you to break off. So I used to be like that. I was so in love with these people. I looked at, ain't nobody gonna come here. I defended James. The stupidity of the whole thing is what you have the original. This is how stupid it is. The original King James. Okay, stupid. That's not original writings. Y'all see what I'm saying? You got fragmented pieces and you got to understand what were people purpose. He had a purpose when he wrote. You don't think that he has an intent. Why he told you about what his will was? Because he tell you the purpose of the writing. For this is the will of Allah, even you being separated. So what is the book going to teach me? Because that's my will. Separation. Why would the book not teach you about separation when that's my will? These people had an intent of keeping you oppressed. They oppress white people. They oppress poor people. Okay? They oppress ignorant people. It does. Listen, and you suppress things because you want to believe in your mind that, you know what, lazy people don't want to work. So they will accept what they've been told and what everybody's been following. What is everybody? If the book been right all this time, how are we so far off? How can 3-4 churches sit on the corner and use the same book and none of them communicate? Right. Each one of them tell the other one going to hell and they using the same book. Yep. All us using the same book and all us going to hell? That's when all of us been played. I ain't mad at the people, I'm mad at the people that made a fool out of us. This is the 19th chapter of Acts of the Charlotte Kings. What it jumped down about 20? Oh, you already went to the verse? Okay, all right, we'll start, 30? We'll start 35. Let's see, listen. Oh, we'll go 34. Let me see right quick. Matter of fact, before I finish there, just a little L. I don't want to freeze, just a little L. Whoo, that coon heat. And then, let me, right quick, before I move in the first, go and let me get my Romans 15:4. I definitely want foundation. I just want, y'all seen this before, but I want to reiterate the purpose of why we have to keep moving. Why you can't sell out on any of these people, don't sell out on any of these people, don't get come. People going to have a problem with it. I'll show you this. They ain't got no problem in it. It's their own hang-ups. Because the book comes, and you know what? It denounces a lot of stuff everybody does. It denounced stuff I've done. I had to take correction. That's what it came for. How did it come and don't take no correction?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Only way to get us kudash is to correct you.
That's right.
That's what he said was given to us for correction.
That's right.
So you got to be corrected. Listen, I was sold out on King James Version. I was sold out. I was like, it don't make sense down there. This is God's word, his word infallible, here to keep his word together. I don't doubt that, but I got to look at the people that come along. Listen, there were people that went here people before and tried to tell them things he said. He said, I didn't say that. And guess what they said? They said, thus said Yahuwah. So they didn't come with talking about thus said the name. Because he said, they told you, they said, thus, he said, I didn't say that.
That's right.
Start looking at pattern. Had they stood in my counsel and caused the people to hear my dabarim.
That's right.
He said, then they would have turned them.
Mm-hmm.
King James ain't never turned nobody. It ain't never turned. I did a 360, which means you right back where you started. That's crazy. I don't know why they coming all these degrees anyway. It behavior, it changed over, if anything. Everybody keep trying to use these degrees. I did a 180 or 3. Just stop lying. All right, it's 15:4. All right, come on.
For everything katab in the past, need katab telemeters.
But we also remember too, kodash. We want to make sure we emphasize the importance of being kodash. And they probably would feel like it's not that important, but it is important. If he actually intended and said that, we need to know that it's really for us to be kodash. You understand that? I'm telling you, that's going to separate it. That's the thing we're going to get rid of. Let me tell you something. It's going to move to even the clothes. Because of being kodash. I know a lot of y'all going to have to look at places you're going, how folks going to look at you, going to look strange and look crazy. But what you think you look at now look like to him? You look like them.
Mm-hmm.
We all look like them. That's the thing, he wants things to identify. When the worshipers are ball, he want them all to put on the same thing. And what the people all of him had on were different. They were kodash. Both of them were kodash. And he knew who to slay. Right now, we look just like them. We don't have on nothing they don't wear.
That's right. That's true.
Listen, the first thing I want to get us to, the purpose of, is get us to being kodash in behavior. Because you put the clothes on your behavior, and you're gonna still be in a trespass. So don't run. Don't go. I know. I'm gonna go run through my clothes. Throw away that behavior. Throw away that hypocrisy. Throw away that disobedience. See what killed a lot of folk? That obeying them, they had a rule over you and submit yourself. They watching for your nefas. If they must give an account. You're not watching. Nobody here watching for themselves. That's my job. I'm watching for you. At the same time, in doing it, that part of it, that's how I save myself. That's what he told Timothy. He said, in so doing, he said, you will save yourself and the hearers. Nobody, who shouldn't just save me, save yourself too. It's contingent. If I'm doing it just for y'all, I mean, really ain't no big deal. I'm good. He said, no, you save yourself too. It's contingent upon. So everybody understand how we kind of work and how we roll. Make sure you following all the guidelines. Obey them. They have a rule on you and submit yourself because they watch it for you on the fire. If they must give an account. I don't want to come up and give an account for no foolishness. I'd rather take a chance and let me move, let me watch, go through these verses. I know King James is error. I know these people. Listen, every one of these ones we go through got some defects in it. We got to go through and we got to keep searching to find out and looking. Just like they did in Thessalonica. They were more, what was it? More aristocratic than those in Thessalonica and Berea, because he said they received the debar with all readiness of law. And they searched the Ketuvim daily whether those things were so. See that? They ain't just take nobody's word. That's a good message. Now I got to go look it up. They just want to make sure the thing was right. That's all. So what's wrong if we do that? What's wrong if we make sure it's right? Too many people have died and gone out of here and been wrong, and we're just going to take a chance on one version and say this is it. Let's just throw everything out the window and just put it all on this version. Makes absolutely no sense. I think it's irresponsible, especially when you know error and people intent. All these people got different intent. We talked about that day. I told somebody this, and I don't know if I could do business with nobody from Greek. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could. Not really. It'll be a tight situation. I was telling them about why. I mean, there's no way I could expect a person that's, you know, a full-fledged Greek to do business with me and have any respect for me. Every nationality, every culture is disciplined by Greek. I don't care what nation you are, Greek is in everybody's history that you've been dominated, ruled by. Every university, it's in athletics, it's in wrestling, it's in everything you got. It's in culture, it's in speech. There's no way I couldn't see them respecting me. And I won't want nobody to insult my intelligence. So, you know, some of y'all are a little different. I don't say they done beat everybody. And they left, even if you said, well, the Greeks they were conquered. You were conquered. How much are you being used? Who respects you in their history? Okay, let's do this. Do we believe, I'm trying to be honest, do we believe that the quote unquote, the so-called people of color have ruled the Iraqs at one time? What, y'all believe that? Who history show that you beat them? Y'all who history show that, Rod, you know? Show us that we beat them and we ruled them and we had them enslaved. I'm just for what you know, though. Do anybody here know it? The Greeks, though. Huh?
You said how they ever got beat by blacks.
Who you talking about?
Like, you said
No, we know everybody been beat by. We know that. Does everybody have that in their history? Every culture. What culture you know they got in their history?
I did beat Rome one time.
And it's going to be in American history?
Not American.
It's going to be in Chinese history? It's going to be in Italian history? Rome history?
Is it their history?
They ain't going to let us get it. Nobody going to show nothing about you. But that's what I'm trying to show you. Listen, nobody have nothing about it. You so vague. Everybody got something about you. You was a slave. Your rule period is always short. But it's a reason why. But look at the Greek. The Greek been when last time y'all ran into a Greek? When last time y'all dealt one, except for that one? That's another distorted history. But you see what I'm saying? Yet, regardless of whether you run into them or not, they come in your conversation. You know what I'm saying? His grace, his mercy, faith, hope, love. I mean, it's going to come in conversation. It's going to come in something. You listen, them and the Romans, they'll come. Listen, your judicial system. You sit in America, why you have all these butt-naked Roman people sitting over your building? In your court system. This is Latin right across the front of the judge's podium. Why is it Latin on his podium? And they tell you about the United States judicial system. And you got all these arts and figurines of Latin people. Nothing about you other than the black robe. That's all he got, the black robe. He stole that from the book, from you. Absolutely nothing about you. The white wig was your gray hair. He got folk thinking his white hair and his white, blonde hair, white people. I mean, it's just nothing about you. And people will get upset with me because I come to try to establish something back to our people. And you need it. You need dignity. You need to know something about yourself. People don't believe it. These people are going to teach about themselves and their history. See, white people know how to teach themselves. They everywhere. You open your Bible. They're in the picture. If it's in the pictures in there, it's going to be them. If you got one of them black folks and you look at it, you say, I'm not for this book of insult. Because it's played on your mind so long, you've seen it so long, it's hard for you to accept it. You got something to try to push it. They ain't honest. They not honest. You read it, you know good and well you're not honest. You're not honest. White figures come in your mind quicker than a black one. It just makes sense that they white. Everybody they show you over there, they don't hardly ever show you anybody with dark human. They all gonna be white skinned. Look at them turkey people, them little bitty nose. Them one booger nose, You got to have a spreader, yo. Man, that's heat. You need a spreader. One little booger, you kill everybody. That earthquake kill them. Put one booger in each one they know. Them folks have been gone. I'm just telling you, don't let these folk fool. But there's not enough about you. That's why a lot of people won't accept the religion. You can't blame it. It's ridiculous. What does it have to do with you? There is no history about you. White people can comfortably go anywhere in the earth. You know, they can tell their kids, we were here too and we ruled them too. When you get off, you look, we ain't never been here before. First time we ever been here, baby. We don't know, you want some collard green, baby. You don't know nothing about nothing. You ain't accepted nowhere. You ain't no American Express card. These people got American Express card. Where they tell you American Express accepted? Where? Do you know what the figure look like on American Express? Can you show them American Express card, please? That's American Express. Show the image of. Oh yeah, see, accepted anywhere. Guess what? Look at that. Why would this be on your credit card? Look what card it is now. Whose? And this American. Exactly. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, they're everywhere. You pop that thing out your pocket, and guess where it's accepted at? Because they've been everywhere. Everyone on here that speaks Spanish, how many of y'all speak Spanish? Where that Spanish come from? What you say, sweetie? These people know they everywhere. And what they make y'all kids learn in school today? African? They got to learn Spanish. You see that? Listen, Spain have ruled. These people, listen, they put themselves everywhere. You call the phone number, they ask you, por favor, and then they ask you press 1 for English, and they start talking to me. You say, I don't never remember this. You call it automatic. What other language would it be? I'm in America calling. Everybody show you, man. And that's nothing against Spain people. It's just the fact that everybody puts stuff in your face, and you look like you just got him. These people make it like you popped up in slavery. That's an insult. You growing up, how many of y'all in historically, you knew growing up that we were already here before slavery? You know what? Now, what age were you on? 9? Now, how did you know that by chance? Where your granddaddy from? Come on, I ain't gonna play that. Come on, my brother Jack called. Come on. Hold on, Lee. Hold on, do that. Hold on before you go. I'm gonna say it. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Lee, where you from, Lee? Where you from, Val? Y'all got a granddad? Y'all had a granddad? Did you talk to him before? You remember your granddad talking to you? You remember your granddad telling you about black folk being here before slavery? When your granddad was out there picking pee from Mr. Billy, do you remember your granddad saying, "Bam, we done been here before Mr. Billy"? I just needed 2 witnesses. Come on, Rod. Why is he? Did you believe it? Oh, about the Seminoles? The Seminoles came from up near Oklahoma, went down toward Florida, put a check and you stole them. That's a personal theft. That's a theft. Oh, one over there. Go ahead. That's one check. Go ahead. The Seminoles actually came from, they was actually the wild child. You remember that he told you about that?
He said it was
Runaway. He didn't tell you they were called a wild child.
He told me runaway.
But that's wild child. Come on, we're doing it. Wild child. Here you go. Let's help out. Wild child. I don't want nothing against you. I don't want to look like Granddad know way more than me. He knows honestly, that was good though. In Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
No, but you know what though? Honestly, did you tell any other kids that growing up? I mean, just in conversation with anybody. That not you could think of.
We had conversations.
And people were unaccepting of it. Am I correct?
As little kids, we accepted it until school taught us different.
True. And that's the thing with us. Like a lot of people call his granddad a liar back then because you know how they look at it. If you don't have a white book in a white library, and it's not accepted. But they white granddad and grandmama tell them stuff. That's the God's honest truth. That's how they come with God honest. You think we came up with God honest truth? They tell, is that the God honest truth? Because they put God behind it, mean it's right. So think about, how many of y'all remember that? The courts teach you that you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you who? which means that denoted that when you put God with it, it couldn't be a lie. Why you think they gave you the book, nigga? Who you think all in your book? So it can't be a lie. It's the God's honest truth. I'm the person people hate because I try to get people to become conscious, okay? We know that the people in the region were a people of dark hue. Is this an escape or relinquish a responsibility for you achieving salvation for every race? No, every race got to achieve it the same way. Don't matter about your color, you still got to get it. It's just the fact that we've been so destructive, because you have no history. People don't realize that. Even with the Spanish, you can denote yourself all the way back to. The nigga only know Africa, slavery. What part of Africa? Africa. We say Mandingo because Lion Alex Haley made a movie, and he said Mandingo warrior. We don't know. How many of y'all know what warrior, what tribe? What region of Africa we from? That's what we've been told. That's what we've been told. And that's how we've been played. And that's why we're so destructive. And people look at us and we get a bad connotation, bad reputation of they're so destructive. They just tear up everything because they have nothing. You have a people that have nothing. Wherever we get here, they can still take it. Your kids, your home, your job, your money. These people can strip your dignity, your self-respect. There's nothing you could keep. It's no wonder why young people are destructive. Because they're refusing to grow up like us. You're just passive to something. So although I don't agree with nothing they're doing there, I don't agree with it. I'm not advocating it, but you left them no choice. You stripped them. These kids not growing up with vital mothers and fathers. They're growing up with father they don't ever see. Mother who trying to get a man. She ain't trying to take care of no kid. She don't know about being a mother. She's trying to pay bills. She don't know what kind of care. Let me tell you something. The so-called Negro child needs so much hugging and kissing. It's ridiculous. In the home. That's why you get molested. That's why molestation high on the target for us. Because we're most of the people, we don't get the emotional part, apparently. We get there. I pay the bills. You're behind eating. You're behind. It's an emotional part. That's like a man relationship. He paid the bills. Her daddy was paying the bills. We do. We look, if I'm paying the bills, that's love. That's caring. You live there too, so you got to pay it so you don't be outside. So we have to learn how to go back and interject an affection behind what we do as well. And we lack that because we don't have anything. White people never understand it because it ain't their struggle. Don't believe it. White people they don't want to accept it. They got a different history. They got letters. Grandparents who stole stuff, their parents stole stuff and gave it to them, left them stuff. And they looked like they were great people. Your grandmother and your grandfather were thieves. They didn't work for it. See, you gave away something belonged to somebody else. And it looks like you love your kids. You gave something. You stole from us. You stole everything. You stole our story. You took everything from us. So you have to understand, for us, it's important for us to actually get back to the root of it and understand that he cares. We have to see that. Nobody can talk to us no more about nothing. We got to know he cares. We do. I'm telling you, it hurts you. It hurts you in your marriages. It hurts you with your kids. It hurts you in your day-to-day operation because you need to be loved. People of color haven't been loved. We haven't been loved. We've been used. Look at it. Your little son, if your son catch a football, start saying it, I'm saying, let me get him and mentor him. Your son is gonna love me. You know what he gonna feel like? He really put time in. Well, his behind can't do that no more. And I see him coming up. I got somebody I'm looking at, and he gonna be hurt because he gonna be thinking, but man, I gotta keep moving. He can't catch no more. He done played out. He done got on dope. I got Alice up and coming. I'm looking for fresh, new, raw talent. You know what I mean? These coaches have made it. Antonio Brown, all these people. Let me tell you what hurt them really. People don't realize. I don't know whether he came out of a single parent home. Do anybody, did he come out of a single parent home or two parent? Do you know, two or one? Do you know? Basha, do you know if he came out of a single parent? I'll go with single parent. My guess would be single parent. And coach got him. I already know what messing, but coach got him. I mean, the man got talent. Any fool could see the boy had talent. I remember rookie year we went down there and they played basketball. They played a game for charity and the ball was super fast. I mean, anybody folk comes in, see he got talent, people gonna love him. They say he a money maker. You can make money with him. But then you fall into these ruts and they start looking. Football a little different, you get it. These people already start looking at the next generation. So they ain't looking, people, they looking for next year. They looking further than next year. These people stacking up for years to come. They making trade based off of, I'm watching somebody, I'm looking for a draft coming up in 5 years. I get rid of a guy now. They say it was stupid. Stupid to you. I'm looking at it. He ain't got long. They studied the guy down to a fault. There ain't nobody they got rid of yet, and you come back and say, man, that was stupid. You think it's stupid. Watch them later how much they go off. Randy Moss, they're like, man, get rid of Randy Moss. Know exactly what they were doing. You play it out. You one-dimensional. They start looking down the field. He starts nutting up, doing stupid stuff. That's how they think. They get you out. You the fastest thing out here. You the greatest. We love. They start looking, trying to get ready to do this. We saw a defect. We saw a chink in your armor. See, I'm trying to teach our young people, don't ever think these people love you. They use you for what they can get from you, and when you can't do it no more, you're going to be replaced. Do y'all hear me? Don't ever put your heart in these people. They're only using you because you fit a need for them. And when you can't do it, you're behind, gone, and the program keep going. You see how football shut down as Antonio Brown went down? After running, you see, ain't no more football, and it's over with. Ain't never been nobody to stop it. They use you for what they can get from you. They throw you to the side, and you look dysfunctional. When they get through with you, they don't even address you no more. You look dysfunctional. You were going from being the face that don't even listen. You'll never hear the NFL talk about them. We keep moving. Anybody talk, it'll be new. It'll be you talking, not us. We keep moving. It's more suckers out here. They're gonna believe in our program, and we're going to use them. Y'all young people, I need y'all to be smart. You use them before they use you. Y'all got me? Don't get used now. You hear me? Y'all hear me? Don't get used. These people that they don't like me telling y'all, I'm going to tell you, see this here? This car here is accepted all over the world. This ain't your face. You see that hat? Who wear it? When last time you seen this hat? This 2023. They ain't changed it. And they call it American Express. That's from Europe. That's how they use it. Say they put a name on it, nothing. They don't have nothing out here for you. So I got to educate you on religion. I got to teach you how to operate out here in life. Because nobody really taught us to tell us. Now, people talk at us. They don't explain things to us so we got better clarity and we understand what we're doing. Y'all got it? I was taught my wife was teaching my baby girl how to do some count, how to do some stuff. I said, I didn't like it. I said, I wouldn't have done it that way. I really explained it to her why she was doing it. He said, well, you got to do that, Dad. You don't want to give them too much. You got to give them like that, teach them how to recite. I said, no, I'd rather teach her how to configure. I need her to be able to understand. I need all these kids to catch on and watch people. If you don't know, stop them. I need to understand it. Well, right now, don't worry about understanding. Just do what I tell you. I can do it better when I understand it. I'm just going to tell it to y'all, and later on we'll go back and we'll just make sure we get it, because you know what? That'll hurt you over time. They don't do it with white kids. White kids understand. They make sure they understand. They go over it. They bring the people who are expert in their area to make sure they understand. They leave people who are not efficient in it, who don't really have a lot of information about it, to try to teach you something they can't possibly know. Y'all got it? When you're talking about teaching you about Elohim, you need to know it from somebody who got a relationship with Elohim. You need to know it from somebody that Yara who fear Elohim. These people don't fear Elohim. How you going to teach them about him? You don't even fear him. You're homosexual. How do we ever get to the point a preacher could be gay? Now that's like the norm. Do you understand? How could you teach them? There's no fear. There's no fear. You can sleep with a member, molest a kid, be homosexual, be an adulterer, and be the best preacher people ever seen. Impossible. Because these people will allow it because there's no fear. And it allows them to cover up. Come on, let's go and finish up right quick. 15, 14. They might not like me, as long as you're who are hard, man. I ain't here for everybody hard in the first place. I forgot who I thought, hey, we saw with his friend. I said, I ain't your friend, I'm your pastor. Don't ever tell them I'm your friend. I don't even like you. I'm just your pastor. Y'all got that? Y'all repeat after me. I, which is me. Me.
Me.
I.
Me.
You. Come on, big man. Come on, big man. Don't make me use my power. Listen, I'm gonna say I. Y'all gonna say me, which is me. I. Me. Come on, big man. Let me go. How many of y'all not understand this? I'm saying I. Y'all gonna say you, which is me. What you do, Chris? What you do, big man? Come on. You put a check up there? Yes, sir. I said it. I ain't said it. Where's that? It's right here. Right where? Right where? Right here. Put one more in front of it. That's what I said. Yes, sir. What you putting yours out here for, big man? You remember what you said? Yes, sir. What you said? Me. Me. Me put one up on the bull. Princess, let that man downfall. So we have to make sure they get it. No fighting, no infighting. Isn't that right? So I try it again. I'm saying I. That's about me, so y'all gonna say you, which will be me. Y'all got it? I. Y'all scared me for a minute, right? I am not Hayward's friend. Friend. Better. Maybe that right there he understand it. All right. So we want to understand this, 15 and 4. For everything written, Kitab in the past, was written, Kadash, Lamed, teacher, show us. So that with the encouragement, which is the Nakum of the Tanakh, it's saying the Tanakh, remember the Ketuvim. How many of y'all don't know what Tanakh is? Tanakh. How many of y'all don't know what Tanakh is? 1, 2, 3. Tanakh. All right. All right, let's break it down. Tanakh. Say ta. What y'all scared? Ta. All right, that's for the Torah. Nah. That's for the Naba'im. The K, which is for the Ketuvim, the writing. So you're saying the law, the Naba'im that they call the prophets, and you're saying the writings. Okay? So now they're covering everything. Instead of how we typically, it would say the writings, it's saying Tanakh. So Tanakh is going to cover the Torah, the Naba'im, and it's going to cover the Ketuvim, the writing. Who found that? Who found it? Who found that? So I get the check. Who's that? Shamel? Where's Shamel at? When she step in, let's get a check. Let's step back in right with that check. All right, so y'all understand that? Because I know he said to now, we might patiently go through without giving way, hold on to our tikva. It don't say that right here, but that's typically what we look to do. Hold on to our tikva, make it the tip because of the cord, so we got something we can hold on to, okay? Now let's go back over and look at what Tinsdale said. That was 1935, 34 we left off. This is 1934 of Acts of the Shalakim. I just want y'all to see this. Listen. And, I'm sorry, when? Y'all don't read? Oh, y'all don't, I'm sorry. Well, you can see it. When they knew he was a, notice they don't have a J. See, this is the problem where these people keep saying they play these games on Jesus and Yahushua. It's gameplay. Only problem you got, as you can see who he was writing, there's not a J. Okay? So there's a U. So like we say Yehudi. Okay? Which makes sense. It would be pronounced what, like a U? There arose a shout almost for the space of 2 hours. So they put the ES on the hours. Of all the men unashamed crying, out, great is Diana of the Ephesians. When the town clerk, so they put town, had ceased the arm, he said, with the D. You see that? Well, they do S-A-I-D. He's saying S-A-Y-D. Ye men unashamed of Ephesus, what ish is it that knoweth not how that the city, see the city, of the Ephesian is a worshiper of the great see that, goddess Diana, and of ye, oh, well, image and the image, which came from heaven. Heaven. It came from heaven. Seeing then, yet no man said here against ye ought to be content and to do nothing rashly. For ye have brought hither these supposed to be men, which are neither robbers of. This is the only time he used the word church. He never used it anywhere else. Because a church will have stuff like that. These graven images and all these different things. This is why they need a Tinsdale Bible gone. That's why they need y'all to have the King James Version. Because anybody reading his writing would definitely, I forget that check till we get a chance. So anybody reading would know automatically and pick up, why would he talk about robbing churches? What's in a church? That's right, these idols. These figurines, these goddesses that these people have. Like they play the mirror, the little Roman god. They talking about the Mary, Mother Jesus Mary. This stuff, the same stuff. These folks haven't done it. All they do is just switch names on God. It's the same stuff. That's like a hustle. All they did, folks talking about that every time they jump on, what they call that, the electric slide. It's nothing but the hustle. It's the hustle. You remember the hustle in the 70s? For the electric slide, it was the hustle. People ain't doing that. Everybody, it's the electric slide. It's the hustle, nigga. So you change, later on it'll be something else. They'll move from electric slide, they'll get another name, and people think it's a new dance. That's how they get you every time. It's the same old thing, they just change the name on it. So these people try to tell you, well, see, really a church and a synagogue, the same thing. It couldn't be the same thing. They won't teach Torah. That's why they'll try to teach you New Testament, because it denotes a different action than what the synagogue. The difference between us and where we come in, the purpose of it, when he came in, why y'all think they delivered him the book of Yeshayahu? Because they read the Torah. That's what they were doing on Shabbat. They would read the Torah. In Acts of the Shalakim, let me say what's 15. I don't know. See if it's 15. Acts of the Shalakim, 15. It's coming to my mind. 15, 17, no, 14, 1. Let me see. 15, 1, 9, 11. 17. Why am I thinking? Let me say. Listen to that. 15. But some men came down from Yehuda to Antioch and began teaching the Akim, you cannot be unless you undergo Brit Milah. I guess it was for the circumcision. In the
prescribed Musha.
Yahushua done came. Why would they be talking about Musha? Because he was taught every Shabbat. Every Shabbat he taught. Anytime you go through the first 5 books of the Tanakh or the Torah, you teach them Musha. That's what they did every Shabbat. You're going to teach them. It's going to happen. It's a behavior. Later, if it's in the 15th chapter, it should go down. It should tell them for Musha had them to teach them every Shabbat. Go down. I'm trying to think what verse I want. Is it 21? Go down. Let's say. You give me 15, 19. Let's see. Therefore, my opinion is that we should not put obstacles in the way of the Goyim who are turning to our. We should write them a letter telling them to abstain from these things polluted by idols, from Banuth, which would be the whoredom, fornicate, from what is strangled, and from Dom, for from the earliest times, Musha has had in every those who him with his words being read when? When? This is what I do. This is what I do. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. That's what they're trying to tell you. I don't know what they're thinking. See, people want you to get away from it, and they want you to be Christian. They want you to take on something. This is comfort for people, because they don't even realize it. for the white nation, it's just being truthful, the white nation is comfortable when you stay away from it, because then a lot of things become questionable, like their existence. You start to go back, you start to read, existence come into play. Time period start to know certain things. It is not them. Okay, I believe what you want to believe. Why, it's a strong drive to keep you away from it for a reason. Them cute little Bible they got about like that. What books you got in there? Tahalim, and Tahalim do what for the color? Talking about color. Absolutely nothing. They safe. They look for safeguarding. Nothing that makes you question. You start reading New Testament, you start hearing places like Ephesus, where they're in Africa. Macedonia, where that's in Africa. See, you start looking, why you think it's so popular, why they want to teach it to you? Galatia, Rome, where's Rome at? Whoa, that's why it's safe. You don't get nothing. You can't use Mizraim and they show themselves. It makes no sense. When you start putting out a play, it makes no sense. Because then you're going to question their existence. But it's okay we talk about Macedonia. It's all right we talk about them, because guess what? They're all white. It denotes them, so guess what? They're free. That's why they can love the New Testament, and they New Testament Christians. It's not offensive. Why African teaching you New Testament? All the places you start to read about, you start telling about, don't deal with you. It deal with more regions that's outside of you. Okay, don't worry about it. I guess the whole thing is, people tell they want to. You ain't gonna do no better until you know you got a connection. People don't believe it. We ain't gonna do no better by each other. It really changed my behavior with how I deal with my people a little bit different on certain things, avoid move. It do, because you realize you got it. The reason why and people don't realize, white people will never understand. Nobody understand it. Listen, okay, even with this, if you watch Hispanic people when they come, they bring their culture with them. Everybody that comes, I don't care what, people going to bring something from their culture. They're gonna celebrate their culture, they got something to go back. What does Africa have that you celebrate? So we to believe Africa don't have no days. Let's be honest. Are we to believe it? That mean, what day does Akiba have that you know that we celebrate? What is it? Kwanzaa. When you celebrate Kwanzaa? We don't even know when it comes, but somebody had to tell us about it. Yeah, they probably some junk they made up him. 7 days, these folks on him made it up. But you see what I'm saying? What days do we have that we connect? We said, it's time for us to go back. Like they can go back for Cinco de Mayo. Go back. Chinese people went back for Chinese New Year. They get up, listen, they were told, listen, the outbreak of COVID is serious. And they still got that plane saying, I don't care about no COVID. We go back for our New Year's. You don't have nothing. So you don't realize why you so destructive, why you so hatred, how you have so much hatred to, you don't have nothing. Everything you got, they gave it to you. It's an African-American day. February is African-American history. Tell me, what did you do for it? What did you wear? What did you eat? What did you stop doing? What did you say with your kid? Because I ain't do nothing. It's an insult that he gets to pick it and tell me we pick February because that's Frederick Douglass' birthday. Anybody talk to me? Everything you got, he give it to. Juneteenth, we know what it was. We thought it was nigga go to the beach and tap something. And it don't make sense to celebrate it because you ain't free. White folk give it to you because it is social and tell. What do you do for it? Nigga go marching again, like you march when everybody gets shot and they still keep getting shot. You need to do something that's proficient, something that really elevates you, something that really speaks to your intelligence, and you don't get it. You don't get it. And I look at, I'm what they would call a person of color. I know what people of color deal with. I know what you struggle with. I know what we go through. You fighting to survive. People tell me that don't make sense because you're a retard. How could you ever understand our struggle? Nobody understands what it's like. You can get stopped and get grabbed because you work with some bastard's wife, ex-baby mama, and drug out a car and killed, kicked in your face, unheard of by anybody else. You can't even explain that. No gun and shot, you can't explain it. Who thinks I'm going to go home, get in my bed, take my clothes off, get in my bed naked and go to sleep, and police going to start reeling bullets through from outside in the parking lot? Who thinks of that? When you get in your bed, what you thinking? Rest. I got to get it, watch the TV. Who thinking bullets going to ring through him? Woo, 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 woo. Who thinks of this? And you know, they act like we don't suffer nothing. Black people always over-dramatize stuff all the time. What's that boy, George Floyd, choked out on the ground, and we watched a video of him standing in line like this. Look at him, he on something. Oh yeah, he on some drugs, look at him. Why he standing there like this? Let go when he on drugs, smoke 1,000 pounds of cocaine. How did he come up dead? COVID. The man, how he had COVID, he said he couldn't breathe. You that retarded, you didn't know to take your knee off him. A healthcare worker standing here telling you, hey, did y'all see the lady? She was a nurse, she's something that, you gotta stop, he can't breathe. Get back. Get back. They ready to shoot this. The folks tell, man, what the F you doing? People telling you won't stop. And they beloved. People don't understand this stress police go under. What kind of stress a nigga go under? What kind of stress the nigga under? He got the white man on his neck with the knee in his neck. Let me see. He gave him a fake $20 bill, which came out to be a lie. Why is he in the store getting a fake? Let's go where he gave. Let's go where he gave the man $5,000 fake money. You tell me that justify that knee on his neck, him dying. This is the retardation of niggas. None of this can justify him dying. The problem is, and I will say it 1,000 times over, you cannot be under these people. There has to be complete separation. Yes, you can't do it. They can't rule over it. It don't work. Y'all can stay. You can try it. All y'all do is come up there. It don't make sense. You ain't going to win. Nobody can rule us but us. It ain't going to work. White people need to rule white people. Everybody need to rule themselves. That's the best way to do it. Because it don't make sense. We the only people. Listen, you don't have a mouthpiece. You don't have a representative. You don't have a military. You don't have anything. You shouldn't even be taxed. You talking about an Indian? Taxation without representation is wrong. Where is your representation? Ben Crump ain't my representation. He can't talk. That's right. That's right. Took that nigga 20 minutes to say he gonna sue the CRA and the FBI. He said, nigga, we finna get this money. That's how he said walk off. I know them folk on him. He getting more money than these folk get. Ain't nobody no fool. White folk would have been killed. He ain't no Johnny Cochran. I can't hardly stand and look at him. I know white folk can't stand and look at him. If you ugly in my eyes, you don't look no better than white folk eyes. Y'all gotta stop it. I know he ugly in their eyes. Listen, I don't believe nothing. Let me tell you something. White folk don't let you walk around, get their money, walk out of here unless they get in the back. Now y'all can be stupid y'all want to. Ben Crump is an agent. He don't have the intelligence or the conversation to convince me that white folk, Johnny Cochran was smart. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cochran been fight. Long track record years getting done. Cochran get up and prove he was in court. I ain't never seen him in court. I seen him sell and get money and walk off of them with an ass sharp beside you. I know you are agent. These guys agents. The nigga keep running to get them. It don't make sense to keep getting the money. I know he ain't smart enough. The people he with criminals. The only reason it makes sense to give him money because they getting the money back. See, y'all don't realize, they been you. Let me tell you something. Your own people hurt you. Your own people are agents. Y'all know how many niggas here sell me out? Had it not been for you, listen, I'm just like your code. Had it not been for you, these niggas in here want me dead. I'm gonna tell you why I'm a threat to them. I'm a nigga with no excuses. Any of y'all ever talk to me on the phone? Talk to me, how many talk to me regular? Who talk to me regular? They talk to me pretty regular. What you talk about, once a month? When you tell me I can't hardly do nothing. They holding me back. They keeping me from getting out here. All I need is a chance. Ain't my conversation. See, to stop me, you got to be up here. It's impossible to get up here. You let them up here, and that's why you stay down. I ain't trying to say, jump. I'm trying to tell you what you got to do. You got to believe in yourself more than them. That white man is a man just like you are. All of his authority and power, you give it to him. You need to take your authority and your power back, and you need to take it, and you need to know how to rule over yourself. You don't need nobody to rule over you and take care. Let me ask you a question. How you was existing before you met him? When he met you, you weren't on no brink of extinction. You lost more people when you met him than you did before you knew him, which means you had a life and existence before you met him. He was on the brink of dying. He was broke. That's why he came from Spain. Africa was never broke and ain't broke now. Now he got African sitting here begging for money. What in the world Africa look like and they about to starve called Ukraine and Russia fight? Why would the richest land on the planet be getting food from white folks? That's the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. Utterly ridiculous. Why would Africa need wheat from Ukraine? Here we are in America, we ain't even starving. Oh, we starving, ain't got no bread. And do y'all not understand, in Ghana, these people paying 72% increase on wheat, on bread. They want to keep us crippled. They'll keep us away from them. Why y'all think they keep showing you pictures and showing you droughts in Africa, showing you wars in Africa? Wars over here in America. These crackers are killing right here, and they'll never show it to you. They'll show you to keep you away from where you came from. Existence started there. Yet he constantly go. Why Putin in China, why they going to Africa? Why they making business deals and trying to build? Because Africa can't sustain itself. Africa can sustain these people. That's a lie. You think I believe them little poor crackers in Ukraine is feeding us? Man, please. Piss poor cracker. Man, I had every weapon in the world and still losing. Stop it. Stop it. Your leader ain't even real. With me, I'd have been pushed a nuclear bomb. Listen, my math different. Every one of mine die, I take 20 hills. That's how you do math. And I move it up from now. Ain't nowhere where I let my people sit around and get blowed up like that. Russia would have been got nukes. That's it, baby. They up. Your people dying. Why he ain't hit? Why he ain't starving? Because their own president is leaving them out there to die. Why them people can't go stay where he at, where he ain't getting hit? Right. You telling me you see him with these world leaders walking in the street, you don't know where this at? You don't know what building, you don't know the geological location. Why ain't nothing hit that building where he at? Because they'll let the people die while they sit around and get rich and get fat. You think I believe that cracker done blowed up all them weapons? Russia fight with all their weapons, ain't ran out yet. You got weapons from the U.S., the UK, from Italy, from France, from Germany, from Poland, from everywhere over here, and you out of weapons. That cracker is selling this stuff. That's right. Just stop it. So man, tell me that stupid stuff. How the world Putin ain't out? That's right. You got NATO. Y'all understand how many Canada? You got every country man weapon. How you out of weapons? Right. Your people that stupid. Y'all shoot up that much stuff and you ain't killing nobody? You just too stupid. That's right. I'll snatch all of them out of his hand. Yeah. Get them weapon to the project. We got black folk trying to live. I don't know how people that stupid. They'll sit here, they're funneling money through him, going in all these leaders' pockets. There is no way they shooting up and blowing that much stuff in Russia. Russia should have been out of weapons. Nobody supplying you. Let's go with North Korea getting a couple of weapons. Let's go along with Ukraine getting some drones. Let's go along with China getting some weapons. How you gonna beat 40, 50 other countries giving him weapons? And when you heard Russia running out, Russia ain't got no weapon. Russia begging for bullets. Who Russia sitting out talking about, please, we are dying as we seek more help, more support, my brother. My friend, please help us, for we are dying on the verge of. This cracker is an actor. I don't believe nothing he say. Ain't no way in the world you run out no weapon. You think, why I'm going to let you blow up my house, ain't going to blow up yours? That's right. You a fool. Anybody going to, listen, the United Nations couldn't stop me. How you going to blow up my people and kill my people and they're not going to shoot back over there in Russia, blow theirs up? Every one of my people die, every one of his people to die. Only reason he ain't doing it, because he wanted people dead. All these bastards don't care nothing about none of us. Ain't nobody got no business fight. White folk, black, we ain't got no business fighting each other. It's the leaders got all us fighting and hating each other. I don't hate white people. I hate white stupidity and black stupidity. It ain't none of us fighting each other, hating each other. They doing more killing than anybody. Tell me to show you a video where a white man going and got a nigga on the ground choking him out. You don't see it, do you? You see them doing it. They're going to make it look like it's the other people what the Klan doing. The Klan got the uniform on. The Klan in the Senate. The Klan in the White House. Nobody care nothing about you. I've been told y'all, listen, wake up and get your head on. It's time for us to survive for ourselves. Quit looking for this man to do something for y'all. People don't care nothing about you. Well, y'all don't want to hear that. Just really hurt me when I watch where we at. Give me right quick, give me the 13th chapter book of Oriel before I get rid of it. Let y'all have it. I done gave up on a lot of y'all grown folk for the record. I got these young people back here I'm fighting for now. If y'all get it, you get it. You don't, that's just where you at. Y'all done let these people sold y'all, broke you down, you ain't got no drive. You ain't got no unk to push. You don't believe in yourself. And they used to try to make me believe in you. You don't believe in your own self. What I'm supposed to do? How am I believing you don't believe in yourself? Did we ever get that on? Or we still trying to bake bread in here? All I got to do is just bring that wheat on over here from Ukraine. We could bake it right here in this room. I hob y'all. Y'all just hurt me so bad. I just ain't seen folks just so depleted. There's no drive, no push. Why you don't want nothing better for yourself? Why you don't want to be from under this man's rule? It's safe. I can trust him and Jesus. Y'all Jesus loving niggas kill me. It don't work for me. All right, let's see how. Let's see. Let's 13-1. Listen.
Just then, some arm came to tell Yahusha about the Anashim from Galil, whom Pelotus had slaughtered, even while they were slaughtering animals for sacrifice. His answer to them was, "Do you think that just because they moot so horribly, these folks from Galil were worse Kataim than all the others from Galil? No, I tell you, rather, unless you turn to Elohim from your Kataim, you will all moot as they did."
But this is the thing, too. You look at these people. If you look at Pelotus, the same man that can't handle, he'll slaughter people while they were slaughtering the animal to do their, what we call it, zabak, for the sacrifice. And the fact that these people have murdered and slaughtered you and killed you senselessly, no matter what you do, they don't care about your servitude toward Elohim. And you people will actually think these people care anything about you. Why you think that man told y'all about when these folks come to kill you, for you to pull out that your flight is not on Shabbat? Because these folks don't give a flying flip about you and these days you keep. And see, the sad part is, I'm just being honest with y'all, it kills me to just see just so piss poor of a drive and know of our people to realize, you know these people gonna kill you, right? Y'all do know there's gonna be a persecution that's gonna come. Do y'all not understand there's gonna be a persecution gonna come? These people gonna they probably gonna persecute probably the Roman Catholic Church. That's their organization. These people they're going to persecute people that will not bow down, that will not give servitude and homage to their gods. Do y'all understand where everything is going to go? This man is pushing us to intelligence for a reason, because there is going to be a separation. Listen, some of these people are going to fall right to us, because everybody not going to bow down to them. There are going to be people out of every one of these goings, out of these nations, who's going to acknowledge the Amat, and they're going to serve and keep it. Like he told you, the Abba seeketh serve. He's looking for people that's going to shakar him, that's going to adore him in the ruach, and they're going to do it in the amat. See, people don't want you to transfer over and start looking at your language and start looking, because it gives you a better perspective and an understanding of who you are. How? They grown up in good, clean, white America. And good, clean, good and clean to who? Whites. Who you said? That what you said the first time? That's right, to whites. So in their eyes, how you think America always look? We just some mad niggas. We just some niggas unhappy. For whatever reason, niggas be unhappy. Because they give us watermelon, Old English 800. You get fried chicken, you got a Popeye's chicken. I'm just being honest. I don't know why niggas unhappy. It's because it's not working anymore. What they used to pick, it's not working. We're looking at bigger damage. Don't y'all, we are sick people and oppressed because we trusted these people to medicate us. These people they're our doctors, they're our attorneys, they're our police officers, they're our judges, they're our jury. They're the store owners and they're our employers. They're the writers of all of our books, and they want to know what's wrong with me. I would like to write my own books. I would like to judge myself. I would like to be able to arrest myself. I would like to be able to represent myself. See, it's you know, you don't even realize that your life is so flooded with white control in it. And it hurts you for the fact when you get beat and you get shot, you say, there we go. And then you're told, well, before you judge, let's just wait till the evidence come out a year and a half later. After you should have calmed down, and now we can tell it to you and get over it. And then you get the same piss poor story. You know, more white people killed by police than anybody. And where's this book at? I'd like to buy 2 of them. Where can I purchase this book? That there are more whites. How many of y'all believe that this is true? How many of y'all believe it's 50-50? That white people are killed on general by police more than us. Now, who wrote that lie? They probably wrote that book when they wrote the King James Perversion. Because that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. That somebody black would let something stupid and boneheaded come out their mouth. These folks show what they did January the 6th. And you think they racked up more number than us being killed by police. I know. Oh, that's a black, that ain't no black rally man, it's just the truth. If he say gonna serve me in truth, then don't the truth also go on when they talk about us? When I'm telling the truth about us, that ain't the truth no more. The man said they were going to Chicago, I'm gonna do it in the truth, right? Well, am I telling a lie? Well, I'm worshiping the man in truth. See, they want to act like, just stick with the book. This is the book. It's the people all of him being persecuted. 28. All out here, all out hot dabarim, 28 and 1. They call it Deuteronomy. Now, what version is this? This Bible Gateway version? What version is we using? All right, 28 and 1. Yes, son.
If you listen closely to what Yahuwah your Elohim says, observing and obeying.
Shama with the intent to do. See that? That's the truth. You know what they saying? Oh, I heard him. There's a difference in listen closer. Same thing we learned about Shama, listening with the intent to do. What happened?
Observing and obeying all his mitzvah, his amar, which I am giving you this yom, Yahuwah your Elohim will comb you high above all the goyim on the rock.
Mm-hmm. Y'all see what happened? If you listen closely, what your Adon tell you to do, what your master, what your ruler tell you to do. Y'all hear me? Well, I'll hear mitzvah, which is going to no doubt be one of their words, no doubt, which I'm giving you
this
today. Elohim will comb you high above all the goyim on your rocks. and all the following Baraka will be yours in abundance if you will do what Yahuwah, your Elohim. Let's say you. He was talking to you. If you do everything he say, he'll put you over me. What you think my goal gonna be? Make sure you don't know what he told you. Why would I have you know what he told you? Where would that put you at? This is translated in English, which means it had to be read in your writings, to translate it into Greek, translate another language, and translate it into English. You think they didn't read? First of all, this is talking to a particular people. And the particular people do this action, that particular people gonna rule over everybody else. Why would I give that particular people a book that tells them exactly what he told them? See, your problem is you reading with thinking they like you and they gave you the truth. They gave you what you needed to know. They gave you what you needed to know. Why would I have you root? Listen, that's why I told y'all, listen, if, contingent, that's all. If you were to listen with the intent to do it, what Yahuwah, your Elohim, possession. So this is talking to a people that possess them. Pay attention. I don't know why everybody would be reading this book, because it wouldn't even be talking to you. Because when it says your, that's showing you the connection to. So it was never a book intended for everybody to read it, because he's talking to a group of people that already has possession. Because he's saying your Elohim, your Yahuwah, your Adon, possession. What do they tell you about possession when it comes to the law? You got it. Observing, keeping, guarding, and shaman, obeying all his mitzvah, all his laws, which I am giving you, that very day they were set up to rule over. Yahuwah your Elohim will comb you up high above all the nations on the horizon. You're alone. That's every nation. You know how you got this story that you're a black African American? How y'all think y'all got this story? What happened? From people who didn't want you to rule over. This is a joint conspiracy. For you to go and say white people is for you to be stupid. Because he never said white people. He said all of the nations. That's why all of them work together to make sure you don't know the truth. See, pay attention. Okay, let's go with you ain't that people. Let's go on that. Let's go with you ain't the people. Somebody was, correct? Somebody was intent to rule over everybody. On the whole along. Somebody was intent to rule who? Who could these people possibly be? They were going to rule over everybody on the planet. So you can see where there was a joint effort and conspiracy to make sure you will never get that information. Let me ask y'all a question. When they wrote the book, they put up on the tube. Let's see something. What's that? 19, Yehukanan? We'll do 1917. Work. I appreciate y'all. This work. Let's see what happens. Listen.
Carrying the stake himself, he went out to the Malkum, Kara, skull. There they nailed him to the stake.
It said in Aramaic. It said Abari. Don't it say Hebrew in the King James Version? It don't say Aramaic. Does it? In the King James Version, I don't think it say that. That's good. But now they say it's actually Aramaic. Golgotha. Go ahead.
In Aramaic, Golgotha. There they nailed him to the stake along with two others, one on either side, with Yahusha in the middle. Pelotus also had a notice, katab, and posted on the stake. It read, Yahushua from Nazareth, the Malak of the Chaldean.
So this is interesting too. The fact that they use steak. The fact they use steak. Do y'all remember what we were talking about earlier? The who? And what was the who supposed to represent? Secure. He secured our salvation. See, there's so much information about everything you watch about him that you won't know from a Christian antics. Because they just teach you the cross. But it will make sense when you start to look at him and how it actually works and what they're trying to get you to see. That it will actually show you a state which they would have used to secure something. Which that's what he did without a doubt. So you see how it would have played a lot more knowledge to people who would have been watching him when he was there. Like they told you there they sat down to watch him. Because no doubt they were processing things. How this is very much like our language. Him being on a stake and him telling him about him coming to save us. So we're looking at him securing us. Osra himself sat down and said that Yahuwah had left us what was it? A peg, which means was to secure our salvation. See, all these things, who would understand what a peg was? In the Christian word, I don't think it said a nail. I think they used a nail. But before you nail, it was a peg. It was used to secure, to hold something down for us. And that's what we looked at him doing. It had his imagery played so much into our knowledge and our intellect that we completely lost with Christianity. Christianity left us, I need to go buy a gift for Christmas. That's where it left us, completely dumbfounded, completely stupid, oblivious to everything around us. But with our language and watching him, it makes sense. Like certain things spark us when you go back to the basics of how they understood things. They don't want you to see that way. They want you to see it that way. Let me see something. Come on. Come on.
Many of the Chaldean read this notice because the Malkum, where Yahushua was put on the stake, was close to the city, and it had been katab in Abari, in Latin, and in Greek.
And that's the only language that could have possibly been around. There were no other people could have possibly been there. You know they'll never use or tell you about nothing in Africa or nothing else. And I just looked at it just trying to tell you, and they'll tell you that, you know, basically this would have been the three most popular writers, although they was under rule of the Romans. But, you know, there were more people there than that. It was actually believed there was 70 other writings were on that tooth. Did y'all know that? It was believed there were 70 other writings. Because the people were mingled. They weren't the only people there. See, when they write, they'll teach it to you as though they were the only three people there. As far as the language, because that's a reason. They want to keep certain people out. And for you being what they quote unquote call black, where exactly you fit in that? Hebrew. And they said he was the ruler of the Jews. Where did you fit in now? Where did you fit in the Latin? Where you fit in the Greek? See, you know what? You took it first because it was impressed upon you. As a slave, you didn't have an option. The fact that you sat back and you continue to take it as you came into intelligence really scares me. What do you think the purpose of this man telling you that? They would know three people in rule. These people play a major part of your life today. Nobody else, pretty much nobody else was existing on the planet. According to him and how he writes and how he tells you things. He changes the names of places. And he gets you off, and there you go, and you know nothing, do you? How many of y'all familiar with a man in the city, and the city caught on fire? Anybody familiar with that story? Y'all think about it? It's in the book. Who you got, son? Lut. L-U-T, Lut. He said Lot. L-O-T. L-U-T, Lut. Lut. And Lut had to flee that city. Y'all remember that? I'm not gaming with y'all. Do y'all remember? Yes, sir. And where did he go to? Zoar. And exactly where would Zoar be?
Small city.
Small city. That would be Jordan. Y'all never heard of Jordan? How about Zoar? So where is Zoar? Yeah. That would be because I would never want that nigga to get in on mine and start thinking, learn how to read and get no geological map and start looking stuff up. Because the nigga looking for Zora. He would have went to Jordan. Can we please look this up so we find facts and not fiction? See, everywhere you read your book, he always give you a different name. Why? I wouldn't ever want you niggas to know where you come from. I don't ever want you to know a region. I want you, see, so in your mind, how many of y'all knew Zora? That would say that. What in your mind, picture Zora, what was your picture of Zora? I'm looking at Ryan. Ryan, what was your picture there? Rightfully so. We don't know where it's at. Anybody else? Dude, I'm gonna get your mama get a check later. Anybody? Did anybody have any kind of imagination, thought? Yes, sir. You had a thought, or what you thought about it?
It was in that region.
What reason? That man. You know it was in the region of Jordan. When? When? Years ago. Well, that's good. Put that check, because you should have been looking up till I tell you. Pull it up. I'm about looking. Can we pull it up? And the reason why I'm telling y'all this and why we need to kind of really look at things, because it brings things more to your understanding and visual that you understood, you know, kind of regions of where you were and kind of things, how things happen. And when they write, see, white people go travel these places, they'll know what names are the places. And they'll say, well, I mean, what's the big deal? And they'll feel like, really, it ain't a big, it's a big deal when you read something, you don't have any idea what it's talking about or where you're at or what it's actually denoting. It makes a big deal because it leaves, just like Ryan said, I really had no thought in my mind. Is that the reason why? It starts to put him in a particular region, puts him closer to over where Yasharal is. Okay. See that? And that's why you don't need to know. See, Zora, meaning, or, in Abari, a little one. As Luke called it, was a city east of, that's right, in the valley of Nayon Siddim, near the Dead Sea. Well, how they get you. Anything, see, once we can start looking, things that we need to start looking at and doing is to really go back to start looking at places when we run across writings to different places. That's how I wound up finding about Aleppo, Palmyra, which was a city of Shalama, that they call, and all this in Syria. Aleppo, that was Dawood's city. When you read that book don't talk about Dawood being in no Syria. They talk about him warring with them and different people. It never talked about Dawood having no city, that he kept his treasures in no place. When did we ever know that? From that book, they don't teach it. They gave you other names and then they changed it today, so why would you know? You'd be like, them were old, ancient cities, talking about the places they stolen. That's why Yahuwah is tearing up all the regions that they've torn up. Do you know you've been in all them places? Aleppo was hit. That was Dawood's city. You know why it makes sense to tear it down? He's not there. Thieves are there. Robbers. All these people great. In Turkey, Abraham, all these people we've been in these regions. They want to know why all these places are torn. These people have lied about their existence. They were the Ottoman Empire. These folks have said and changed their name in 1920, early 1900s. The Saudis, all these people, the Saudis have taken places where you were at. When Elohim first spoke to you, you were in Arabia. You were in Arabia. You got your Torah in Arabia. When last time y'all heard niggas say they going to Arabia, say go back? Well, they tell they going to Mecca. I'm just saying, when did we know? And I'm saying, who do y'all know black said, I'm going to Arabia because Elohim first spoke to us in Arabia? The Saudis got it. They came in, pumped the land out, changed the whole region, named it after themselves, and called it Saudi Arabia. And they only came in 1900. These folks hadn't been here. So ask yourself, if you came in the early 1900s, where was you at 1900 exact? Where were you at in the late 1800s? The fact that you sitting here and you maybe a 3-4 generation family, and folks running around here like these people always been here. but they will insult your intelligence. And you were there. The book, the note that you were there, he spoke to you there. Then they went and said, oh, Mecca, that's the place. That's why they all go. Everybody flocked there. Millions of people flocked to Mecca. Why don't folk flock to Mount Sinai and Elohim spoke to us? You don't hear people talking about going there. Well, Mount Sinai, that's slavery. I ain't going to Mount Sinai. Nigga go everywhere else. Nigga go to Caribbean. Go to Caribbean folk ain't even from Caribbean. Your behind men washed and floated off somewhere. And we run everywhere, and nobody want to go back because we the only people they teach us, stay away. They teach us stay away. We'll go anywhere else with anybody that don't look like us. Anybody else that won't have know nothing about ourselves. We go to let other folk teach us stuff that don't make no sense about us. Ain't nobody, let me tell you what they gonna do. Go see how many people come from Spain and come on here and want me to teach them their history. They'll tell that insults them. You're the only people you will let everybody else teach you your history. Okay. Don't worry about it. That's too. Come on back over here right quick so I can get y'all finished. All our hot dabberine. We'll be about 21 to 2. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Listen, y'all ain't got to be here now. I said that. If I was y'all, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be nowhere I don't want to be. And that's what I do. I don't go nowhere I don't want to be. I ain't going to let anybody sit around and tell me no lie. I ain't going to feel bad about my color and my history. I need to know my history just as more important. Everybody need to know their history. And I'm reading a book that the note taught me. Ain't nobody going to let me take their stuff. White folks going to let me take their history and take their white history and change it up to nothing else. They ain't going to let them do it to mine either. Nobody else going to let you do it to them. Why you going to let them do it to you? This book is talking personally to a people that was his people. And these folks can make a retard out of themselves if they want to. The man told you, I have never cast away my people that I foreknow. He's going to say all these other goyim. He never told you he was getting rid of his people. That ain't important today. Your mama ain't important. That's a lie. The man said he not cast away his people he first knew. You need to know that. You need to be assured of that. These people don't want you to know that. Hello? Before we get back here, see that Romans the 11th chapter. What we're going to see if that's 11. Let me see about 7. Let me see what 11 and 1 say right quick. Since we're down, I ain't read in a long time. Let's see what it say. And no, I ain't teaching black power. I'm teaching intelligence to everybody. And the thing is, salvation is to everybody. But you got to give it to who it to first. Right, the book told it to the Yahudim first. Yes, ain't Yashra, it's to Yehudi first. Right. Y'all got it. That Bala is Yehudi first. That's the book. Why they don't take it? Right. Yehudi first, and then he done went and got the Christian. How much sense that make? New Testament, and the man done told you 1:16, I'm not ashamed of the good news of Elohim, for it's the power under Elohim to Yeshua to everyone that among, to the Yehudi first. How that makes sense, and he done established the Christian church? How we that stupid? How is it to Yehudi first, and he done established the church? That makes no sense. Because the oppressor needs you to believe something, because he does not need you to take your rightful place. You get mad at me, I'm taking my place. Huh? I'm doing the same thing he told Asu. I done got tired of him. He said when I get tired, he said I'm going to break your yoke off. That's what he told Asu. You're cold on the guy. He said when you get tired, he said you'll break his yoke. Yes, sir. That's the last part he loved me. I done served that man long enough. That's in y'all book, people. He told him, he asked, you have one baraka for me. He said, I don't have none. He said, I tell you this. He said, when you get tired of him, you'll break his yoke off. And y'all see him yoked up, nigga. Get that yoke off your neck. Let's see what he said. Listen.
In that case, I say, isn't it that Elohim has repudiated his own?
See that? He ain't cast them people away. Listen.
Shamayim forbid.
Repudiated, he turned over. Use it in a sentence. Man, that's what he's trying to tell. I don't know what these people talking about. That man never got rid of his people. Listen.
For I myself am a ben of Yasharal.
From where?
The seed of Abraham.
Yeah.
Of the Matah of Benjamin.
Yeah.
Elohim has not repudiated his arm.
He said he has not done it. I don't know why these folk convinced. How did people get convinced he done started a church he got rid of? See, that was his people back then. See, God, he done got him a new people. The man said, I don't know where you could have possibly got that from. He's never gotten rid of his arm. Let's see what happened. Y'all need to know that because you done bought in these people's lives. Don't get mad with me, white people. I didn't write it. This is your book. I just turned it around and used it on you. You lied long enough. The man told you he's not repudiated his people. He has not cast away his people. He has not forsaken. He has not given his people up. It never happened. Come on.
Whom he chose in advance.
Wow, who he chose. What about the new people, though? The New Testament creatures. What happened to the New Testament creature God done went and got? The people he chose in advance. Because somebody sold us a lie and told us he got rid of all of us. Them, see, baby, them used to be God's people. See, God done got him some new people now. When he built the church, he said the gates of hell ain't gonna prevail against it. You're exactly right. Hell is not gonna come again where he done stood up for us. Stop letting people dumb you down. You need this. You need to know who you are. Come on.
Or don't you know what the Tanakh says about Eliyahu?
What did it say?
He pleased with Elohim against Yasharal.
Y'all see what he did? What happened?
Yahuwah, underneath, they have killed your Nabaim.
Let me ask y'all a question. We killed him. Yahushua testified to that. He said, we said that had we been in the days of our Abba, said we'd have never done it. He said, you built the tombs. He said, he cut them down. He said, you testified, you said, had we been in the days of our Abba, said we'd have never done it. He said, listen to him, you a liar, y'all built the tombs. You the same people. So all Yahoo, he done asked Elohim, listen, take them out. Take them out. They done kill all your Nabaim. That's all of them. That's what he testified to. That they have killed them and done tore that stuff down. And what he told them?
And torn down your altars, and I'm the only one left.
I'm the only one left. Surely this should have got us killed. What happened?
And now they want to kill me too.
What happened?
But what is Elohim's answer to him?
Rather, Elohim answer to him was what?
I have kept for myself 7,000 unashamed who have not knelt down to Baal.
Come on.
It's the same Darak in the present age.
Same
There is
way.
a remnant chosen by Kassid. Now, if it is by Khan, it is accordingly not based on legalistic works.
Come on.
If it were otherwise, Khan would no longer be Khan.
See that? It causes a favor. Come on.
What follows is that Yasharal has not attained the goal for which she is striving.
Yes.
The ones chosen have obtained it, but the rest have been made stone-like, just as the Tanakh says.
Come on.
Elohim has given them a ruach of dullness,
Come on.
that do not see,
And
ears that do not hear.
Come
Shama.
on.
Right down to the present yom.
come on.
And Daud says, let their dining table become for them a snare and a trap.
Y'all see that? Y'all didn't get that either, do you? How many of y'all know how he did that? Of course, why would you know? You had your hand up, sir. Go ahead. No, you're fine. See, had y'all paid attention, you were taught it. Had you gone back and paid attention, we went back through the book before in Allah Shamut. He went through, he started telling you about the furnishing for the Beth. He told you about them. He told you about the foots of the table and how they were brass and how they were sat. See, when Yahushua was up on the tube, you know, sometimes you done went home before in the country and you come home and you get ready to come home, you ain't gonna believe what mama had when you come now. Huh? She'll lay a spread out for you. When Yahushua was up there, if you paid attention, you understood, he was made just like the table. The foots. That's why, how many of y'all had they tell you, man, we had a spread. Their table was a snare. They didn't realize he set the table right up before him and he let it be a snare and a trap. That's what made them come out. When the city heard he was cut, that's what they came out there for. It was a snare, it was a trap. How you gonna get people? You gotta set somebody that attract them. He told y'all who put a trap out there and take it up till he done caught what he intended to catch. That's why he left him now. Till I caught who I intended to catch. He told y'all he gonna be for a stone of stumbling. See, that's why. Don't try to teach yourself. Don't try. See, these white folk want you to study New Testament and you go home and sit at your table and holler that's a snare. Because that's how dumb you are. You're dumb. You're just dumb. This is what Christianity teaches you, just to be dumb. Had you known, your Torah teaches you about the furnishing. It tells you how it's set, the foots and everything about it. He was set like a table. Okay. Man kept talking about y'all sitting down eating and drinking with him and dining, didn't he? You ever seen food eat? You ever seen food eat? Nope. Food do what? Take, eat. This is my body given for you. Because food don't eat. Food given to eat. He told you my flesh is food. And my blood indeed is drink. That's why I ain't eat. It don't make sense. You don't see food eat food. You see food get eaten. And that's what he did. He told him, he took his body and gave it to him. Hello? So when he put himself on the table, that became a trap and a snare. See, they waste too much time trying to realize they want you to stay a Christianity. They don't want you to know no different. The man just told you that these stupid folks sitting at home going by on a lunch table, a little white little figurine table, a little plastic little legs on time. That's Jesus. See, that's a snare. Who said gonna be a David? David said gonna be a snare. No, Yahushua. That's the purpose of putting him up there. He was a table. They carried the furnishing with them. Listen, he made them. Folks, it's so much these people were paying attention to, they were sitting there that you would never pay attention to. That's why we were so far off from. He tried to tell you, salvation was so far off from us. Because it was too much, it's just too much we don't know. All we've been taught is Christianity. When Christianity taught us about the furnishing? When? How many of y'all were Christian? When were you taught about the furnishing in the house? You would know. Why would I teach you about that? Because everything about him was symbolism. Don't let these folk make a fool out of you. Don't let these folk make a fool out of you. These folk carry everything about this man set this thing up. It's set up for us to know this. They tried to set up like it was some kind of mystery hid away from us from salvation. This man intended something for a certain people. Y'all got it? And what he intended, he let you know, I ain't never turned away from it. I intend to save them people. I kept me a remnant. I know what he saw, all y'all who saw, he let them know, I kept some reserved to myself. And you know what you keep? I keep some seed. That's why we him. He recovering us, and now when these people see me, they thinking, oh, he hate white people. Go find my record how many white people I'm killing. How many white people I'm telling. I help more white folk. White folk don't help me do nothing. I help white people. White folk come to me crying for help. I done helped them. Am I lying? I done helped them. Like I helped one of y'all. I ain't president, I just ain't stupid. See, they problem is, they think you got to be like them and be voiceless. They think you hate white people. You hate yourself because you don't want the truth. See, we need to know what type of people. We do that because that's the type of people we are. We never look at one and associate every one of them. They associate every one of us with one that they create. So that's what the man told you. A snare and a trap and a pitfall and a punishment. That's why he coming back here. Get what he told you. Behold, he coming with cloud, and every eye gonna do what? And all nations gonna do what? Even so, what? Even so, that's gonna be your punishment when the man come back. See, they so stupid. They waste too much time fighting me. I'm not the ignorant one. Come on. Come on.
Let their be darkened so that they can't see, with their backs bent continually.
Come on.
In that case, I say, isn't it that they have stumbled with the result that they have permanently fallen away?
What happened?
Shamin forbid.
He said, no, sir. Oh, no. Come on, son.
Quite the contrary. It is by means of their stumbling that the deliverance has come to the Goyim.
Y'all see that? Folk don't even know why we stumbled and why we was in Christianity. You know what they kind of like, and you know what, I'm being honest with y'all, a lot of the Hebrew Israelites have gotten a bad strain. They don't know why they hate them, because they're looking at, you got their birthright. Just like Asu. You know what Asu was going to do to your code? Who told her? She said, as soon as he get through getting over the death of his daddy, he going to kill you. He going to kill you. His mama told him now. She said, you need to flee. Because as soon as he get through mourning his daddy, he dead. That boy going to sit back. He going to look at what you done to him. That's why white people don't like us talking. Oh, they don't like this. They don't like it because they know we talking. You starting to look at them. Look at them folks saying, man, I see them folks on the plane. They look ridiculous. That stupid hat on like Abraham, looking at that stuff like that. Man, go set yourself in a movie theater and get your hat shot off your head somewhere. Looking like a done fool. Like a done fool. But that's what you want to do. You got to do something to make, you know you're telling lies to yourself. You know you're telling, and it's sad, you just white folks just like, it's sad that y'all sat here, you'll do anything to keep us from knowing who we are. And some stupid black folk probably sitting at the airport ready to pray to them. Ready to run to them, try to get some grace and mercy from them. And the folk done stole your identity. Because you didn't know it, but guess what? The only way these other people can get in, it ain't for them. The people that done stole the lie got to pay for what they've done, but they're giving an opportunity for other people to get in. That's all. Just like with Asu. Guess what happened? Him stumbling worked out the Asu. Worked out for your code. He can get in. These people done sat around here, and guess what? That's how they getting in. Think about it. What was Asu for? His table. His table became a snare. Remember, he sold his birthright for something to eat. Well, that's how it is. You'll be bending your back down because you've been a servant to everybody. These people are going to try to take it and try to say it them, but that wouldn't possibly be true with it. You've been the person with your back bent down serving all these people. You've been set to do exactly what it is. Now you sitting down the stella, you ruling over Goyim. All the Goyim. What nation don't rule over us? What nation ain't got power over us? I tell you who don't. We don't. We so dumb we ain't got power over ourselves. Drive cars, live in these big houses, work these jobs, making six figures. Stuff our parents never dreamed of making six figures. Not even near six figures. Wasn't even heard of. I can tell you, made who you knew made $100,000 baby? Unheard of a nigga making $100,000. Nobody but Sammy Davis Jr. Folks ain't know nothing about no numbers like that. Now Joe get a job, $80-something, 90-something, 100. You thinking, man, ain't nothing. Man get a $100,000 job. He was saying, man, I gotta get a second job. You're like, you had a $100,000 job back then. You like, your first year you can quit. You pay everything you got off, you quit. It's nothing. Because soon as you don't strive to get to where these people at, that's why we don't lost focus on our salvation. This ain't teach y'all to hate no other race. I'm trying to get you to hate your stupidity. Because I watch out, let me tell you, for people, y'all the saddest niggas I ever seen in my life. Y'all ridiculously sad looking niggas. Non-producing niggas. It scares me because you don't have an identity. You get told something, but you don't believe it enough to actually be forthcoming to put it together to make it work. Anything you think to do, you can do it. You just don't believe it. You got to learn how to work together to do it. I tell y'all that, listen, nobody can stop our work. Let me tell you something. I have some of the most intelligent people they have on the planet. I have them here. Do y'all hear me? My members are some of the most intelligent people they have on their planet. Now, I put them up against anything they got. Because first of all, you smart enough to save your soul. That already 100% beat them. Everything else, it's just a cherry on top. These people really not that smart. They have to educate themselves with word to try to get past the lie they live in. They had to increase their vocabulary to try to get past the rottenness of who they are. They had to buy their clothes, the house, and the car to cover up just how wretched they are on the inside. And when they see you turn to the might and see how you will take a stand to do what you have to do, and you have integrity in what you do, it shame them. It shame them. They need you to be the worst people. They need you to buy into the lie. They need you to be poor and to think poor and to operate. A lot of y'all think poor. You think poor, you operate poor. and you'll never get nowhere. Like you waiting on a blessing to come from heaven from nowhere. Makes no sense. You got to put forth the effort. Y'all don't want to work. Y'all are sat around. You're conniving yourself. You're a hypocrite. Do it by yourself. And you ain't going nowhere. I don't get it. How you going to progress by yourself? Hello? Even a seed got to germinate with the ground. There are things that have to work together in order to produce. You try to do it, it makes no sense for you to produce. He never said it to be that way. Watch nature. Nothing just happens of itself. There are events, there are things that cycle the past to happen. Nothing. So why you trying to do it? You need this knowledge. We all need this knowledge. Because this, especially for the so-called black man, I tell you about that. We bad out. We got a lot of anger. We got a lot of hate. Got a lot of disappointment. We got a lot of shame. We got just a lot we deal with, and there's nowhere for us to unravel and to conversate about it and to fix it. Got a lot of fears. Failure. Everybody look at you, what people think about you, how you gonna do it, how you gonna make it. We do it together. We do it together. We can enrich ourselves. Our young people need to see that from us. They need to see us working together. All we do is just put all our knowledge together. That's how we build. That's how we work together. We all deal with a lot of hurt. I mean, we don't know how to talk to. We don't know how to talk about it. We don't know who do you go talk about. How do you talk? How you spark up a conversation about it? It's reality. The fear you just living it down. How do we get in a situation and we have gun permits and we have guns and we have a law that says now you don't even need a permit to own a gun, to carry a gun. The fact that you still live in a nation that you can be pulled over and killed with no gun. And there'll be no retribution. Other than us saying, that nigga deserved to get shot. That nigga shouldn't have been over there. That nigga shouldn't have been out there. What that nigga doing anyway? 9 times out of 10, that nigga guilty anyway. We have no power. We can offer the black woman, the white woman, the Hispanic woman, absolutely no security, no safety. We can promise absolutely nothing to our kids. I'll see you this afternoon when you get home. Is that the true black man? I'll just take it one white man, one nigga, who just feeling it that day, to pull you over and put a slug in your chest and in your head. And the rest of us will do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's just how strong we are and just how united we are. And it's worked. The fact that we can go to churches, mosques, synagogues, and still be divided. Still can't come up with a simplistic plan of how we work together and say, let's pull you out, functioning. Let's pull you out, functioning. Let's pull you out, functioning. And we make this, listen, we make this thing go viral like COVID. We start pulling ourselves out. Every man required to stand. Every man required to stand and hold his own. So when every man can hold his own, we together, we're a nation. Not looking for a people, we're looking for a nation. A nation got laws. A nation got rituals and rights. Nation can govern themselves. Nation can protect themselves. Nation can trade. A nation can make decisions. A people can't do nothing. Police come out here. All right, you people. All right, you people, go home. You heard the police. You nations go home. You ever heard them say that? Because you can't tell a nation to do nothing. Not unless you're ready to fight. You can tell the people anything. I'm building a nation. I can't do nothing with the people. Absolutely nothing. A people too weak. A people too vulnerable. People too scary. We took Yashral out of Misraim. That's why he said, I'm going to learn how to govern. He said, you need laws. You need laws. Laws will govern you. Then we need to set people up, and we need to make captains of hundreds, captains of thousands. Ain't that right? Captains of 10,000. You need a place. All this stuff you need, he designated to show you this makes you a nation. You still operating as a people. That's why you'll never get nowhere. Huh? They're called the United States. They pulled all these people and made them come under them. They united the states. They got you fighting people who you see with that Dixie flag. Those people fight because they said, we never surrendered. And you think it's you they fight. They fighting against the people that's saying they're United States. That plural, states, they're saying you're not. That's why I'm not giving up this flag. Because I didn't surrender. You can't say that, can you, nigga? You surrendered. See, that make you hate them white boys. Come on, how you feel if you see that flag? Come on. Come on. Because that flag against you, nigga. Flag ain't against you, that flag against him. Because he's saying I ain't surrender. Hello? He said we made a league. They said they are the Confederate. The Confederate had their own money. See, that's what they're trying to dissipate the people. They took it, they devalued their money. That's what they did to you, nigga. That's how they destroyed them. They got rid of, if you have Confederate money, it's worth how much today? Because when they united the states, they took away the value of their money. See, you don't realize that's how they took you down. Now, you wouldn't dare be caught dead with that money. You flashing their money. That's how they take your good from you. Because you buy into the psychosis that you nothing because they told you that. They told you were conquered and defeated. They took the value away of something that you value, that you traded with. You bought goods. And they said, man, that stuff ain't worth nothing. You got to have my money that he can't prove a backing to. Right. See, everything you bought and you sold to, you saw no proof of it. You ever seen the gold? Wow. So how many of y'all don't know how this paper stuff come into play? Hands? Let me see them. First of all, when you were trading, people were trading gold. If you read, when they would trade, you never seen anybody do a bill. They were doing coins. They were doing silver. They weighed it. Shekel, how much weight. That's how you pay people by the weight of it. Well, if I owe this man a kilo of gold, it's too heavy for me to keep in my pocket, to tear a hole in my pocket. So we got a piece of paper that we wrote out saying this paper amount is the value of that kilo of gold. So when I give him that paper, he can actually go to the bank and get the gold. Ain't no gold, nigga. We just trading paper. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Am I telling them wrong? You're passing paper you don't have gold for. Why y'all think all these countries getting rid of the dollar bill? Because we've yet to see what you have to back it. There's no backing. You're just passing paper. For every note printed, there needs to be gold to back it up. That's what gives it its value. This paper is backed by a commodity. Okay? So you using silver, gold. Why you think when they told Balak to go and curse Yasharal, how he offered him $400,000? $400,000. What he wanted? Why would he just take 400,000? 1.8 million paper. I remember telling you that because you live a life and you think this is how the world went. You literally had it happen. It was too heavy for people to carry it around. So the bank holds it. You give the note. You take the paper to him, the bank, Dexter. Dexter can give you the gold. But he go to the bank, put it up, and Dexter give him some more paper. That shit, all them cold, all them cowboy movies, y'all go back and watch. Remember they were all for the gold rush. They were robbing the stagecoach for money, for paper, gold. People trying, y'all remember some of them cowboy movies? They were robbing for gold. How many of y'all remember that? They been trying to rob the stagecoach for the gold. That's right, they trying to get the bags of gold. See, we live a life of so much ignorance to stuff. So in your mind, you think you know something. You don't know nothing. Because these people play you. You'll kill people for a bill, a piece of paper. That can't. Now, I need my paper now. Don't think. Pull that stuff you want to. I treat my paper like that. Go. It ain't him, but I got to treat it like that till I get it. But I want you to understand the system that you're under. Okay? Everyone in these countries, Rome, they had Caesar on them when they showed him the coin. Remember the coin? And he asked them, whose inscription is on it? They said Caesar, which means it was what? American currency? Mizraim currency. Wow. See, they get their paper, you know, they all put their pictures on them. Where your picture at, nigga? I know where your picture at. Down at the post office. If I see it, I'm going to call the police on you, nigga. It ain't on the stamp either. So I need us to start thinking more intelligently when we're reading, because this book is talking to a people. And it's trying to get a people to get recovering of sight. That's why Yahushua came to him. He said, I came to give recovery of sight. Because Daud told him the table was going to be a snare. Your ears were going to be dull. Your eyes were going to become darkened. Your Lord was going to be hung. He said, I came to recover you from that. I'm coming to recover you that, because now this is what other people not realizing, and they ought to be, and white people are afraid because they know Elohim is turning back to his people. See, the time for these other going is coming to a close. That's why I don't have an appetite for the King James Version. It used to be all right sitting there. I took mine through. I said one of the kids took theirs straight and threw it in the trash. And you know what white people start looking at? Them niggas throwing away the Bible. That's what they used to suppress it. They did it to the Spaniards, to the people, the Mexicans, the Guatemalans, to the Puerto Ricans. Listen, everyone got a religion. Johnny, what country you from, Sweden? El Salvador. Tell them that. So what is it? Islam the biggest religion over there? Hindu? Oh, I forgot. Buddhism. What's the biggest religion in El Salvador? Who? The schools? Catholicism. Sandy, Puerto Rican. You ever been to Puerto Rico? You know about Puerto Rico? What's the bigger religion you know of over there? Same thing with us. The nigga here in America don't. Why y'all think they put that on us? So we'll all fight. This is the bad part. When did Christianity ever unite any of us? It divides us. It keeps us away from one another. It makes us see color to where we don't respect each other enough. And they distort history. And you got so many people oppressed by it. You deal with so much oppression and rage and hate, you really can't focus on Elohim the way you need to. Because you can't see yourself getting out. Let me tell you something, honestly. It really makes no sense for you to focus in on this, focus in on nothing, unless you can see your way out. I wouldn't follow this and nothing if I couldn't see my way out. Y'all want the truth? It concerns me no purpose. What I need it for? If it don't have a way out. Not just a way out of self, it needs to break you away from all the things that keep you oppressed and hold you down. The man came to the poor, to the oppressed, to the sick. These are all the issues. Think about that. I don't care if I'll never get well. Just save my soul. Why would that man healing sick people? He could have saved them folks. Said, listen, a lot of folks, how many folks, if you were sick, but you saved, that would make up for it. Let's be honest. I would. The way I would talk Chris, that would. If I know for a fact I'm going to make it in and I'm sick, I'm good with that. You know what he say? Son, that makes you retarded. That's a struggle. Me coming to deliver you fixed you on every fashion. Hello? What does hello mean? It's a greeting. What does it mean? Hello? Hi. What does it mean? Versus shalom. That's your health, that's your wealth, that's your prosperity. See, we speak that to one another. People talk about, oh, you got to speak something. Shalom. That's what, when Yahushua came in the room, shalom, and breathed on them. It meant something. Hello? Hello? And you sold on that. The words we spoke, it spoke something to one another. It speaks something to you. Health, wealth, and prosperity. What you going to say with shalom? What I want for you, you want for me. Yeah. I want you healthy. I want you wealthy. I want things to happen for you. He said want to happen. That's a difference when we understand. Hello, hey, how you doing? I just asked him how he was doing. What I'm going to do for him? I can do more for him by telling him what I would like to see happen to him. Let things work out for you. Let your health be well. Let you prosper. You know, he said, I would above all things that you, what would that again? Get saved, prosper, and what would that? And be healthy. you see why it made sense for him to heal? See, you just read a story about a man heal people. It don't make sense to come to folk and leave them sick and keep talking to them about salvation. The folks sick. Jesus, no, fix it. See, they need you to buy into that, because that's part of the same psychosis. Come by for a second. You got to turn around. He going back there. Jesus fix it. Jesus fix it. They said, praise and thank the Lord. He got a back to hit. That's stupid, a nigga. You know what? I think, Lord, I got a back to hit. You know how stupid that is? Thank the Lord he got a back to hit. Cut his leg off. I appreciate, Lord, I had 2 legs. What if I'd have had 1 cam? See, nigga always, hey, stupid. You always trying to find that makes no sense. See, because the premise of what they gave you about him makes no sense. People were looking for him to come and do what he said, deliver us. And when he delivered us, what did he do to our enemies? He crippled them to where they couldn't do it again. That's why he told you, you won't see these people again after the day. I'm securing that for you. I'm going to make sure you won't see them again. You still got nightmares of these people. You still been oppressed by the same people. You ain't got your Yeshua yet. You just been thinking you have. See, the first thing you need is information. Now, I'm offering everybody information. You don't owe these people nothing to be on these people. You don't took care of everybody. They don't oppress all of us. They never impressed us. They oppressed us. Stop being impressed with these people. Stop being oppressed with these people. Get back to your gritty. You need your language. You need something that builds you. You've been extracted. Everybody been extracted, and they done mixed us to put us on. So any history you got, go back to somewhere and not where you originated from. Let me ask you a question. Just ask it. I don't know. What was the original settling before Guatemala? Do you know? What was the original settling before Puerto Rico? Do you know? Spain. So you know that. We're just going to go there because we're going to go back to the language and look at where it comes from, the language. Now, Spain only respects certain Spanish, because they have what they call a proper Spanish, am I correct? Some Spanish that people try to say is broken, because they don't, everybody's Spanish is a little different, am I correct? Because of reason, because where you at, you're going to change things. Even with our people, you're going to have a different in dialect, because you start to communicate to your culture and where you at in your region. So there's a difference. And people say, well, that's not really Spanish, and that's not, it's Spanish, but again, we've all been taken. But think about what was the original of your people before that. See, we're all a people. They took out the Spanish people, the folk fighting. Hey, we were all one people. When they took us and they plotted us out in different places and race mixes and left us, and now the divide came in because we don't look the same no more. One have more silky, one more knottier, one's more lighter, one's more darker. So now it worked. It succeeded. Everybody been expelled and everybody gone, and the white man can sit back and say, really, you know, my great-great-grandfather was from Spain. You said, what? Then he from New Zealand. Then he from Germany. One white man can be from everywhere. Y'all ain't never known about it like that, though. I'm going to be honest. I don't care where it is. They been there, they found, and somebody in their family used to be that. But you can't never be nothing but a nigga in a Spain. You will never get a Mexican who can say they been all them different things. They don't even respect you. He 3/4, 1/5. Show me the paper. Indian. 9/10 of a German, 15.9% of Australian. He everything. And you can't be nothing but a nigga. That's what hurts you. It hurts you because you can't really find out where you root from. You need to know that and realize all of us were one people. I'm telling you, all of us were one people. They just came in and race mixed, divided, dropped us off in islands and dropped them, and now everybody fighting these islands and fighting and folk hating, and they gave us all the same rhyme religion. Everywhere they went, everybody destroyed and fight. Is it killing in Puerto Rico? Killing, crime in Puerto Rico? Is it, where you say, from El Salvador, where you say from? Killing is in America? Y'all don't know that everywhere Christianity is killing and robbing and raping? Tell them to tell you where it ain't. The religion of salvation for the world, everywhere it's at, killing, robbing, raping, and hating. by the people that gave it to you. That Columbus was a raper and a killer. Yet you got to still celebrate when they shut the banks down. I'm just telling you, they ain't got nobody ain't a raper killer. We don't celebrate. They ain't had a president that ain't a raper. Give me one of them. Give me one of them that had ain't a raper. Ain't been a slave owner. And you got to celebrate them. You celebrate Jesus. Jesus oppression. Sick of it. I refuse to be retarded. I refuse. Teach my kid, my grandkid the same thing. I don't want to be stupid. My baby girl, she did a speech at school, said, Dr. Martin Luther King, what she said we were? Breed and respect. I said, I teach my grandbaby better now. That school teaching, that dangerous. She very inquisitive too. I know when I tell her it's going to be a problem. But I refuse to tell a lie for a white one or a black one. We can't afford for our kid to believe a lie. You know, I heard people, they start us out believing Santa Claus was real. Y'all remember that? How y'all felt when you found it wasn't real? That's how they get you. They come snatch it from you. I was too. It took all the fun away from it. They get you, they tell you a lie. They don't know how to take them lies out. Don't wait till they get too old before they learn the lie. Sometimes I said, listen, these people's system. That's not the truth, though. Kids need to learn the truth. But the truth about black men, ain't no make sense to go and try to uncover white folk for their wrong and let black folks stay covered up. I believe Dr. King did some good things. I believe, I'm going to say this. I would want to believe, no, that ain't going to be a good one. I would like to think that he started out with a good intent. I like to think what happened with a lot of people when they start a good intent, people around you are kind of come and weigh in on you. Even with preachers, they break them down. They try to break me down. You get a room full of them, everybody whole mic and everybody doing, it break it down. You feel like it's the system. God still chose you, still a man of God. They'll tell you about Dawood, who they called David, and he was still a man after God on the heart. They'll do it. The average preacher corrupt. They just riding corrupt. And they'll break you down. What happened a lot of these guys, you get with these people, you realize, that's the system. I'm one of the people saying, the system need to change. Somebody need to be different. Somebody need to care enough to do something different. I care enough for everybody. I just think people ought to be treated fair. I hate saying people I don't care what color, it's just wrong. People ought to be treated fair. People ought to have a fair chance. Nobody, who in here made themselves? Then nobody ain't got no right to rule over you and beat on you and make no mess out of you and kill you. Nobody. Nobody shouldn't have that right. Nobody shouldn't have it. Not nobody. War in Ukraine should be stopped. If both of them don't stop, the whole world ought to get together and bomb and kill all of them. That's how we'll do it. Y'all can't get along, we're going to kill both of you. You're holding the world up. No two countries should be holding up no world and folks starving. Then both these idiots sitting around offering help. To kill, you need help. Folks starving, you retard, quit fighting. People got a right to break off and leave you like a woman got a right to leave a man if she don't want to be with him. Got no right to hold nobody, make nobody stay with you. That's like, if you want to leave here, you can leave. I got no right to hold you down. You grown. Never seen something so stupid in my life. Sitting here and folks starving. Economies collapse. Folks sitting outside. Y'all understand there are people starving in the world behind these stupid retards? Both of them need a nuclear bomb dropped on them. They don't care nothing about the rest of the world starving. The world don't care nothing about you either then. They're going to think that's too harsh. It's fine, though. 23 million people are starving in Africa. 23 million people are starving in Africa. While these two white coon bastards blow up everything, take money from every country. It ain't just in Africa. All over the world, people sitting here starving and dying. But we need to send money to Turkey. Jive turkey crackers. Get on my nerve. Sick of it. Nobody say nothing. What bad? Nobody won't say nothing about it. Folks starving right here in America. We got people living on a bridge in Atlanta. Talking about no money to Turkey. Nobody else. Fix your own stuff first. You didn't impress me with sending no money, no Ukraine and nowhere else. Fix what's going on right here. I'm going to get ready and let y'all go. Because y'all going to call the white man on me. I just want us to do right. I want everybody to focus on your salvation. The world ending. Y'all hear me? The world is ending. Make no mistake, we got to get it right. You got to be ready to break lead with your master. Everybody here, your master don't impress you. Your master burn you out now. Think your master care about you now. Your master don't care about you. All y'all master lovers now, when you fall under your master going to have to help you. I'm on helping people with free minds. People mind to serve Yahuwah. It's time for these people. Everything these people got, it coming down. Y'all see it. When this stuff fall out, they got to come see me. You ought to listen, you'll see. One Quaalude, you're going to love me in the morning. You'll see. Y'all don't see. Listen. Y'all listen. These people going to have to flow to me. Y'all don't see it. They ain't got no choice. They going to have to flow. Ain't nothing going on out here. This stuff tearing up. Listen, it's falling down. Where they going? It can't go to Europe. You can't go to Kibbulah. Everything is tumbling down. There's nowhere for them to go. Run to the Middle East. Middle East is tumbling down. Everything tumbling down. You had to come see me in every man of Elohim. They got to come see her. You got to get it right. This thing unfolded. People of Elohim, it's time to lock. Stay tight knitted. Y'all hear me? Listen. We want to stay tight. That's the way we're going to get it. You want to keep, listen, going to keep it real tight now. It ain't going to come down to a fall. If you fall away, you get it. You're going to stay away. Not interested. Listen, this ain't for the faint in heart. Y'all hear me? It's not for the faint in heart. This thing closing down. All I got enough room to try to do, I'm just trying to secure to make sure mine eat. Every day my plan is, I got to make sure the way y'all eat. Y'all hear me? That's my plan. I got to remember these kids, they got to eat. How many of my kids like to eat? Well, young people, where y'all at? Y'all like to eat? Maya, you don't like to eat? I've been waiting to fight you, Maya.
I don't like to get down.
Okay, you like to eat? You like to eat a lot? I ain't gonna be able to help everybody. One thing, I'll get you a snack. You like you gonna keep eating it. I ain't gonna be able to help out. Lancaster, you got to cut back. I ain't gonna be able to do that. I can't do it with so much. You like to eat buck? How much? How many times you like to eat? Gotta get a number. Ain't that right? I'm gonna get plenty of chicken leg quarter. They cheap. Ain't that right? How many of y'all like that thigh? Good. We plenty of thigh. We ain't gonna be getting no breasts. Ain't that right? That's more expensive. I don't want to keep it. Listen, I'm telling y'all now, I'm fighting for y'all. We're fighting for you. I make sure y'all eat. Y'all hear me? I want to make sure everything I got. The way y'all make sure y'all always eat. Y'all got me? If I just want to put enough of you when you go to the bathroom. If you eat, I see you got to go. No, I'm going to punch you in the stomach. One way or the other. But I'm going to put it in you first. Punch you in the stomach. As long as you get enough to go to the bathroom, sufficient in the day. Ain't that right? That's all we got to do. So if you eat and you don't got a bathroom, you know what come with that now? Here come that punch. Straight to the back. Shane, you like to eat? You like to poop? You don't like to poop? Who don't like to poop? There's some time pooping is good. How many of y'all, hold on. You don't like all the, it's a good time to poop. It's some time you say, now that's a nice poop. That's a nice poop. You never had a nice poop? Come on, put your name on the book. Don't take it off. Come on. What you doing? No, good and well man had a nice poop. How old are you, Shane? How old are you? Man, you don't poop. Yeah, you don't have a nice poop. Come on here. You eat now later? You eat now later? You don't eat now later? You let me hear it. Jolly Rancher? Huh? Put your name on the book. That man done. No good and well man had a nice poop before. What's wrong with that man? Everybody, who ain't never had a nice poop before? That man, he's an over pooper. I know you ain't never, you like a little poop machine. I know good and well you be rolling. I used to have that jacket on something. So when you take a dump, do you have that jacket on too? I'll just ask her. He had that jacket on something. It's like that thing made on his body, ain't it? So you do take the jacket out. It's not for me, it's other folk want to know. You take the jacket off when you taking a poop. I just saying that. Just in case somebody, for the record, he take the jacket off. In case some of y'all were asking. All right, we're going to get ready to go. Give Mr. Hugh a hand clap. Because he worthy.